Hundreds of years ago, east of Cormyr laid a prospering kingdom, modest in size but made up for by the quality of life the citizens had. Farmers on the outskirts grew bountiful harvests and were paid well. Art, entertainment, and knowledge were just a few thriving aspects of this kingdom. It was named after the noble founding family Valeria. Centuries passed with peace thanks to the god of protection, Helm. Helm watched over its people and the royal family, giving them tools of great power to protect the kingdom. Known as the Crimson Weapons, they burned brightly in the hands of those deemed worthy. However, a devil corrupted the king, then eventually the queen as well, leading to the death of both of them, as well as the downfall of the great kingdom of Valeria. Descendants of the royal family spread across Faerun, and took with them the 8 Crimson Weapons. One such descendant started a guild, aptly named the Crimson Blades. Centuries later, Alvar Valeria searches out these weapons, which were lost to time, and hopes to one day start Valeria anew. We follow the journey of new guild members: Franklin, the Goliath Bard; Uraquin, the Dragonborn Fighter; Phoenix, the Aarakocra Ranger; Lord Hatteron, the Elven Wizard; and Bongo, the Goliath Paladin.
Welcome back, everyone, to our new streaming platform, YouTube Live. I'm putting my mic closer to my face so that way you guys can hear the dulcet tones of me. I'm Tim.
Making me change all of the audio settings.
It's fine. I'm gonna change some stuff. It's all good. It's good. I should be louder. Come on, man. I'm like the narrator, but I don't have the beautiful sound of, like, you know, that one guy.
Game over. Oh yeah, why is in-game overlay not set up? There we go. Show chat.
There you go.
Position.
We're picking up this week after the party known as the Crimson Blades. Some are party to the guild. Some are not really affiliated at this point. It's interesting because we've kind of gotten to the point where, Hatteron, you're not really affiliated, and neither is Dimmick. So it's interesting. The only 2 folks that are even part of the Crimson Blades right now are Uraquin and Bongo. Tonight we are short one Uraquin. He is he just got back from college, so he's taking care of some stuff since being home. So it's gonna be a 3-way.
Oh.
There's a loud ass horse walking around right now. I don't know if you have the music up, Pat, but it's hilarious.
Oh, I do not. Thank you for reminding me. Syrinscape.
Yeah, we're utilizing Syrinscape. Like, what the hell is it? It sounds like old-fashioned someone getting whacked.
Here we go.
But the party last time, a couple weeks ago, there's some scary ass noises happening in the background.
Love to see it.
They had been dealing with the Horde of Dragons after finding out that the Horde of Dragons was just a bunch of gold ill-begotten by the previous Lord Nevermember of Waterdeep by taxing and kind of just tacking on extra taxes, fees, things of that nature, just like penny pinching the citizens. He had kind of hoarded it all away before he was basically kicked out, and everyone didn't really know where he hid it. And eventually you guys had found that a couple of the local guilds were basically at war over trying to find the whereabouts of the Horde. You guys had used your wits and followed down leads to find out where the Horde was, and actually communicating with the Gold Dragon, the ancient Gold Dragon, that had watched over this for the last few years. Befriending him and kind of using some wit and cunning to deceive the Xanathar guild that were waiting outside of the vault you guys were able to kind of thwart that for now. We reconvene on this session, and you guys can pipe up if I've missed anything. But reconvene in this session back at the Ghost Grotto. It's the tavern that's within the Troll Skull Manor that you guys have been bestowed by Volo. So we pick up this session. You guys are now kind of at this point where the urgency and the current issue within Waterdeep being resolved. So now you guys are in a situation to decide where do you go next. You came here following Hatteron to try to find a way to get to the Nine Hells, and kind of found yourselves in another political issue here. So that being resolved, what would you guys like to do?
If I remember correctly, we left off with me, Bongo, and Yuriko's room with the thing Bongo was
Yes.
Yeah.
suddenly realizing.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I found that out, and then I think we kind of talked about it a little bit, but it was more just confusion. And
I
Indeed.
don't remember.
I know we were talking about like needing to find more weapon.
Yes, because you had taken the power from.
From his site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my sickle.
Yep.
Or sick. Yeah. Keep on calling it site.
You did what?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
You're asleep.
Yeah, Dimmy went to sleep
Oh,
when
okay,
we
cool.
got home. He's a tired old man.
Sure
It was
is.
pretty late. It was pretty late. Yeah, so you guys are kind of standing in Yurik's bedroom. You're kind of still standing in front of the mirror, kind of just trying to process what's happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know about you, Hatteron, but I know Yurik, when you seem pretty tired, and it might be, well, assuming that all goes well with what happened with the Xanathars there, hopefully this conflict will be over and we'll be able to maybe take a little bit of a break before, heading where we're planning on going.
I mean, it would be nice to have a small break, but with how our luck has been since we left Baldur's Keep, I don't really see that happening.
Sounds like people are having a party outside. Yeah, I think we might not want to push our luck, but I'm going to see if I can contact Franklin maybe tomorrow morning, and I don't know, I might see if he'll come up here, or maybe I'll have to meet him
Oh
to
man,
get the other Crimson weapon from him. And
this should be fun.
I need to talk to Silvera and figure out what her and Alistair are planning to do. We don't even know where they are.
You guys have had conversations. I think Severo was
I think-
planning on heading up.
Yeah, I remember the last time we talked to them, we like a message. They said they were on their way, but we don't know how close they are.
Is there anything that you guys want to achieve now before you guys rest for the night for the next morning?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm all right as well.
Okay. Yurquin just kind of like, gives you guys a nod and kind of closes his door, and he kind of heads to bed. It's probably it's earlier in the night, but after kind of going through the dungeon or the vault, you guys are pretty much wiped at this
Oh.
point.
Yeah, speaking of that, there's one small thing that we talked about last time. I'm gonna kind of like push against my armor, kind of dent it up a bit. We were talking about making it look like we were actually in a fight.
Yep. To keep that illusion up.
Having
Um,
seen Bongo do that, I'm gonna look at him and be like, as much as I would appreciate the help, I feel like you might just push your hand straight through my chest cavity, and I rather
Yeah,
like having that in one piece.
That's fair. I feel like I would have been in the center of things, so it makes sense if I'm kind of beaten up. I don't really mind anyway. It's got a lot of padding, so the dents don't affect me much.
As me and Bongo are walking out of Uriquin's room, I want to, like, once his door's shut, I want to kind of, like, stop to look at Bongo. And I'm just going to quietly look down to the ground for a minute before looking back up at him. I know Uriquin had sort of mentioned maybe not telling Dimmick everything you've sort of discovered about yourself recently. And while I feel maybe we shouldn't, I do feel like there are maybe some things you should tell him. We've all slowly come to learn that we need to have more trust in each other, sadly, and I feel like hiding that from him may hurt more than it would help.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I might be a bit vague on stuff that maybe doesn't need detail. I'm not sure if he really. I guess for all we know, he might even know about Crimson Weapons himself. I don't think we've really talked to him about it much. So that's one aspect of something that we could kind of let him know about. Cause, well, I guess maybe not you as much so, but Uriquin and I and Phoenix and Franklin, when we were together, like a big part of what we were doing for the Crimson Blades was looking for these weapons for Halvar. Or now it's a different reason for them, but yeah, I do agree with some of the other stuff. I know, he doesn't really know much about your situation with he who shall not be named, or whatever you want to call him, but I don't know if it would be a good idea to mention that to him, since you said it should be something that we don't really keep open as information.
He is somewhat aware that I do work for Vecna. I mean, I did tell all of you that, and I'm sure he sort of slowly pieced two and two together when Uriquin's sister arrived down there. I mean, after all, it is kind of hard to. And I'm just gonna, like, point to the eye like this from time to time, but.
Right.
I know. Yeah, I sound like a broken record here, but I know I told you that we should be more open with each other, but as I told you and Uriquin, for your own safety, I feel like at times maybe me being a bit more secret than the rest of you is for the benefit of all of our safeties.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Without fully really knowing what Vecna's wanting from you, it's hard to know what information we need to hide.
You're not wrong, Bongo, and granted, you may be a deity, but whether or not your deity fears, I'm not sure, and quite frankly, I don't feel like we're up to snuff to even test that theory for the time being.
Yeah, no, I agree. Probably best not to push our luck with that sort of thing. But
Maybe we wake in the morning, me and you should try to find Dimmick and have a discussion with him, just the two of us.
I think that's fair. He'll probably be still sleeping by the time we're up.
Well, how else fails? Nothing like a giant metal man kicking your door in. But have a good night, Bongo. I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, see you.
Head to your respective rooms. Up.
Oh, you're so quiet.
Sorry. Let me pull that back up. So you can hear me. Um, so you guys rest for the night. Hadaron, you meditate like usual. Morning comes, rather quiet. You guys want to meet up downstairs? You guys gonna stay in the actual manor area to kind of meet up?
Roughly what time is it?
Yeah, probably say like 8 a.m.
As I'm coming like down the stairs slowly, I'll just kind of like listen just to see if I hear any of them three awake.
Okay, make a perception check as you come down. Bongo and Dimmick, roll just a d20.
That went all over the place.
uh,
Jeez.
as you come downstairs, you you hear Urquin having a conversation with presumably Enel, and then you come down fully down the flight of stairs, and Urquin is kind of hanging out in this central kind of common area.
As I come down to see Urquin, I'm just gonna kind of like give him a quick nod and a small wave.
Kind of like gives you a nod too, and then out from his room, Dimmick kind of meets up too with you guys. As Bongo's the last one to wake.
Seeing Dimmick, I'm just gonna kind of like look at him, give him a small nod. Morning, Dimmick.
Oh, good morning. How are you?
Oh, you know, watched a dragon murder a bunch of people the other day. Living life to the fullest and such. Rather not be on the other end of that one.
Yeah, well, that was pretty fucking rad.
Do you have anything you need to do this morning, Dimmick?
Not that I'm aware of.
When Bongo rises, do you mind if we have a chat with the two of us?
Yeah, I mean, wait, what? You mean all three of us, or just you and him?
Me, him, and you.
Oh yeah, all three of us. That's fine with me. Yeah.
Come stomping down the stairs. Or no, I guess if we're in the bar, I would be coming and stomping in from outside.
Are you guys in the bar, or are you just in a common area at this point, Hadaron? Because I would assume that Urquin's is kind of like hanging out in the common area.
No, you did just say Dimmick was coming out of his room, so I'm assuming we're still in that like
Oh,
common
yeah.
area. So
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, good. You're all up already.
hearing Bongo, I'm just like turn. Off of both of you to assume Bongo, I'm not typically the first one up. I mean, after all, I need to have the sleep all of you do.
Oh yeah, I guess I've noticed that before. Kind of consistently up early.
Yeah, I'm taking a keen eye to it myself, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it?
I don't worry about it too much. Urquin, I think. Well, I don't know if Hadaron already mentioned Dimmick, but we were gonna have a conversation, just the three of us, to fill Dimmick in on some stuff. And I'm assuming Urquin's okay with it. So
I'm sorry, there was a baby yelling in the background. I had to go check on. Urquin just kind of gives you guys a thumbs up. Says, yeah, it's not a problem.
we don't have to go far away, so I guess we'll just kind of pull Dimmick in.
So, yeah, what's going on?
I guess I'll stop this.
Intervention.
Ah, shit.
I'll start this little raw. I don't have as much to say as I feel like Bongo might. I know this is gonna make me sound like a bit of a somewhat of an odd thing to say, but just hear me out, Dimmick. you're all aware of who my services are temporarily indentured to.
Yep, sure do.
I was informed of some information before we left the other day. I know we've been trying to get the party on more of a trustworthy basis, but I've already told Bongo and Ryokwen. If you have anything you feel is important for the party to know, make sure you only tell the two of them, and make sure you do it when I'm not around.
Why is that? Shouldn't we all be in the know for trying to be more trusting?
It's not me we need to worry about. It's the one who watches over me. I'm only saying this for the safety of the party. I don't really care what happens to myself. But you've all sort of worn off on me. I'd rather like all of you, and I'd rather not see something you say get used against us.
So you're saying that he's always watching, huh?
How much, I don't know, but I've been informed he is a god of lies and trickery, so whatever secrets we have, I'd rather not have them used against us.
And speaking of gods and lies, I guess that leads into well for my stuff. Bornax kind of joked about it, and I brought it up to Hadron and Yurkman, but it seems that you're going to be consistently with us, that you should probably know as well. Oh, actually, I don't know if we've fully, straight asked you this. Are you wanting to go to the Nine Hells with us? Or do you have a reason? Like, we have a reason. Or, I guess some of us have various reasons.
Well, in some way I have a reason to go myself. So, yeah, I mean, I've been planning for it, yeah.
Okay, I realized just now that, it maybe wasn't ever clearly asked if you were, or if we were just assuming that you were going to be down to go, to hell. But all right. Well, with that, I found out fairly a couple, let's see, weeks ago, maybe at this point, maybe a month or so, that I am not the person that I thought I was. That I am not really a person at all. I'm a different sort of divine entity.
Oh man, who could have known that one? I mean, oh man.
Right. I appreciate the sarcasm you're doing. Yeah, so I am, or at least was at some point, in the god Helm.
Oh, wait. Well, I was not expecting.
Yeah, I was telling Hadron I didn't know how to approach it because I know you yourself are quite involved in some sort of religious stuff, and I didn't want it to be weird. But yeah, so
You don't want to be aware. Let me just drop this bombshell on you.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. Like, um, and so yeah, a long while ago, though I don't remember it, I gave up or sort of split up a bunch of my power, and eventually that was enough to seemingly wipe out any memory I had. And those powers went into weapons like Hadron Sickle. I don't know if you've heard us mention them, the Crimson weapons.
No, I didn't even know that Hadron had a sickle. I know he's got a scythe, but
Yes,
Well-
the sickle came before the scythe. It's a long convoluted thing.
And now it's just a normal sickle. But yes, yesterday you probably didn't hear us because you were asleep. We found out that I can, to some extent, draw my power back from these weapons that I enchanted or created back then.
okay. Well,
So that's sort of a big
so
target that I'm going for, I guess, at this point is recovery of those.
so how exactly did you figure out you were Helm? Was it like a realization when you sucked the schmutz out of his sickle?
Oh, no, it was a realization, but this was a while ago now. Um, I don't believe you were with us yet, actually. It's just in a certain moment of accessing this like power that I have inside me that I just sort of. It wasn't even that I was remembering that like I already knew the fact. It was just hidden from me. And I just knew it again, who I was.
Huh.
But yeah, it's very vague on why things happened, and I believe what we learned the other day was that there is only a few beings that could have done what happened to Elturel, and one of them is the type of being that I'm involved with. The archdevil named Bingo.
Right.
Yeah, I
Cruel
brought him
joke.
up. Yeah. So that's another reason for me of going to the Nine Hells is finding out more about myself from him. Yeah, that's just sort of to put cards on the table. And oh, all right, here, don't freak out. This is a bit weird as well.
Oh, great.
I'll like take off the same gauntlet that my right hand that is like partially filled in.
You you watch as Bongo takes off his gauntlet, and you can see now, he removes it from like the forearm part. There's nothing there. It's just an empty hole that goes up his forearm in the armor.
Well, wow. I'm gonna reach out and try to like touch where the hand would be.
You reach out and grab where his hand would be, and you do feel something, but it's like it's solid. Like you can feel a hand,
Ooh.
but there's like it's not warm, it's not cold, it's just there.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't have too much explanation. I only didn't even realize till the other day, but suffice to say, when I gave power to these crimson weapons, it wasn't just magical power that I gave up, it was a part of myself.
If I put my like hand under his hand, can I see like can I see through this or like
Well, that's interesting.
Perfectly transparent. You can see your hand through his where his hand would be.
huh?
But as you're there,
Intriguing.
kind of close with him, you can see the slits in his helmet. You can see that there's like glowing eyes, but there's just no hand there.
So strange. What about your other one? Take the other one off.
I mean, it's all the same, as far as I could tell.
How many parts are you missing? I'm gonna start like peeking through the cracks in his armor.
As you're kind of like looking towards his other hand, you can see his one hand has a make a intelligence check, Dimmick.
Oh, natural
Um,
20,
As,
baby.
as he's holding the one gauntlet in his hand that's off,
hmm
it looks like a plain old like plate gauntlet, you know. But his other hand has like this eye design on it, on like the kind of where the top of the hand would be. That's different from his other,
Hmm.
which looks different because you're like, I don't remember seeing that. Being observant as you are,
Stranger and stranger. Hmm. Well, I
So
can't say it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but
I guess I appreciate that. Um, it's weird to me, but yeah, this was just, as Hadron said, just to sort of have a bit more honesty and just being a bit more clear with both the truth in our group and also just what people are wanting at the moment.
hmm.
just as you guys are kind of having this conversation, you hear from the down one level because you guys are on the second level. Technically the third, actually. You hear a knocking at the door, the entrance to the manor.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Well, that scared me. I apologize. I was focused.
Let's see.
Uh,
You can see Urquin opens his door, and I don't know where you guys were having this conversation, but Urquin comes out and kind of checks in with you guys.
oh,
Did you guys hear that?
The knocking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of spooked
Haven't
me.
really had visitors here,
Yeah. It's,
at least the living quarters.
oh,
anybody got eyes on what's her face?
well, we haven't seen her
Istrid?
this morning. She was downstairs in the bar area. Yes, came back.
Hmm.
I'll go down and answer it.
While you
You
do,
guys can stay up here.
while he goes and answers the door, I'll check and see if Istrid is around.
In the den where she's been staying.
Mhm.
Okay. So Dimmick, you guys kind of both head downstairs one level. Dimmick, you go to the den and you knock on the door, and you don't hear anything.
Hello, Istrid, are you in there?
No response. You open the door.
I'll just crack it a little.
Okay. You crack it and you look inside and make a perception check as you're looking inside this room.
Making perception check. 18, nice.
So, the room extremely clean. Everything's been put back. The bed that has been kind of put in here has been made.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice on the kind of this darker blue comforter type sheet that's on top of the bed, there's a white piece of parchment on it
Oh,
that you spy from the doorway.
I'll open the door slow and look around, see if she in here.
You look around. You look around. You don't see anything. It's an empty room and very clean, and everything's been kind of like kept tidy, especially the bed.
All right, I'll go pick up the piece of parchment. And I'll take a look at it. What we got?
You
What do we got here?
you go and grab it, and you can see it's a note left, and it says, "Friends, thank you for giving me a chance to hold out for the time being. It seems like the City Watch's crusade to round up all the Zentarum and any affiliates have died down since they got a few of their captains, and it's time for me to get back in the game. If you need anything, just put your feelers out. I'm sure I can help you if you ever have a need for it. Sincerely, Istrid."
Oh, well, that's nice. Wait a minute, wasn't she supposed to pass?
As you're kind of freak out and looking around, you can see that there's underneath the letter where you picked up is a nice sizable coin pouch.
Oh, there it is. I'll take a quick look in it.
You open it up and it's got 500 platinum pieces in it.
Holy shit! I mean, ooh, hold on. Breathe. Ooh. Okay.
Would I have heard Demick screaming?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna peek my head around like the doorway for the stairs and Demick, you all right down there?
Yeah, I'm coming up. I'll kind of like hold it close or like under my cloak to just out of paranoia,
Yeah.
and then quickly head back upstairs.
Hearing his voice, I'm gonna slowly lean back. I'm gonna turn and look at Yuriko and go, he seems rather oh no, what is happening?
It sounds like maybe he's seen a ghost or something.
I don't know, but he's never really that boisterous or loud this early in the morning. Hopefully Bongo has better news.
Well, now that I'm here, I'll show you why. I'll pull out the coin purse and I'll say, Istrid, or the note and the coin purse. Istrid,
Okay.
it seems like Istrid has left and she has left her payment. And I will shake out 100 platinum to both of them.
Okay.
Seeing this happen, I'm gonna look at Demick for a minute. Okay, well, this is a lot of. Yep, this is a lot, but so does this mean you're gonna finish paying for the armor that you personally ordered for me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shoulder.
Wait a second. There's 500 platinum pieces.
It's 1,000 gold pieces.
Well, no, I know that, but there's only 4 of us.
Oh no, math.
I know. Math.
Dungeons and Dragons, no.
125 to each of them. 125 to each of them.
125.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, is this homie? I was like, is this homie keeping 200 for him?
No.
Bongo, you head downstairs as you guys are kind of divvying up the coin right now, Demick.
I'll set aside the 125 for Bongo as well. I'll leave it in the pouch.
Okay. All right. Bongo, are you opening the door?
Yeah.
So you open it up.
I assume we don't have like one of those
A peephole?
eye hole things.
You want to investigate to see if there is one, because there is one.
Sure.
Yeah, there's one.
All right. Yeah, I'll look through that.
You look through it and you don't see anyone that's like standing there.
Good enough for me. I'll open the door.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving. No, I was kidding. You open the door, and there's a little, probably, it's about a foot wide and about 10 inches deep. I don't know how many centimeters that is. You have to do the math yourself, but Just to give you a reference
Jesus.
size of how big this box is. It's let's say this. It's this wooden chest, wooden iron chest. It's about the size of a shoebox.
Okay.
This is at the base of the thing, and it has a little tag on top.
All right. Oh yeah. Does the tag say a name or anything?
Yep. You kind of kneel down. You kind of flip the tag over, and you look at it. It's kind of like attached to like the latching mechanism. And you take a look, and it just says, "Thank you for the company," and a little dash, and it says Barrack.
Wonder why. That was quick. Yeah. I think I'll bring it inside.
Okay.
I won't open it right away.
What's that strange ticking noise?
Yeah, it's just like you hear like. Tss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably like pick it up and like I'll take a brief like look around, like kind of poke my head out to see
Okay.
if like he just left it just to see if I can wave at him. But
Make a perception check. You see, you look down across the street. You see, in like red robes, a small dwarf with like really bright blonde hair just kind of take a turn down an alleyway, about 100 feet away from you.
okay, he's not looking that way.
No.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, I'll head back inside, have the package, and close the door.
Easily enough.
Head upstairs. So we have a gift from our dragon friend, or I guess dwarf friend.
Oh.
Damn it, why do you look so excited?
Well, this is why, and I'll throw him the pouch with his share in it.
Yep. You feel like this pouch that seems like it's pretty empty. Like it's a lot of empty space in it, I'll say.
Oh.
It's a pretty big pouch.
Got a few coins.
Why don't you open it up and look?
You open it up and you look inside, and it's polished, clean. And it's almost mirror-like, such high quality platinum pieces, as it kind of reflects the image of yourself back to you in these about 125 platinum pieces.
Oh, where did you get these? Or are you just giving them out?
Well, it looks like our friend Istrid has finished her duty here, and she provided us with a payment.
Oh. I'm surprised she didn't come up and say anything. Was she in her room?
No, she wasn't in her room. That was all that was left, along with a note.
Oh, well,
So she didn't really seem like the very social type. So this seems very much her MO.
I guess that's fair. I'm surprised she left so quickly. I'm wondering maybe the word has gotten around very fast about the situation with the whole horde of dragons.
What horde of dragons? And I'll wink at him.
Right. Speaking of that, though, and I'll gesture up with the box. This was on our doorstep from Barrett.
Oh,
Or Ornak, I guess. Say.
Ornax. Okay.
He didn't. He similarly to your situation there, Demick, he was not there when I picked it up. It was just this box and the note.
Aw, man. Oh, I wonder if it's more of that fucking tea.
Maybe I didn't have very much of it, but
It's as you're kind of carrying it up, it's a very heavy box.
if it is tea, then he must have packed a significant amount.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Throw it in the harbor.
Oh,
No
shit. Down with Uranex.
let me just pull out my letter opener here. I'll just pull out my short sword.
My letter opener.
I'll just
Are we talking
How
about
long
the
to
shorts
open
that
it?
burst into flames?
Yeah.
I'll like suppress the fire part.
The flame, if you're pulling it out now, the flames are kind of just like at the base of the hilt, maybe a couple inches up the actual blade itself,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but not engulfing the whole blade.
Hold it out, burst into flames, lights the box on fire. Now we'll never know what it is.
Oh, now it just smells like burnt tea.
Yeah, it's gonna smell like tea in here forever.
Smells like weed.
It smells like recreation in here.
Yeah, I'll slice it open.
Okay. You opening the box?
Mm-hmm.
You open it up, and Divik, you almost fall over. This chest is just packed full of perfectly stacked gold coins.
Oh,
So you're
one-
seeing Divik's reaction.
have
I'm
it.
just gonna look at him and, you okay with that?
I just... Ooh, I gotta sit down. My left arm numb. I'm gonna I'll take out a small pouch and start like breathing into it like a paper bag.
Okay.
Oh, that'll buy us a whole lot of tea.
Seeing this, I just chuckle and be like, oh, it looks like we finally found Divik's weakness.
Right.
I have never seen so much money in my entire life. Well, don't just stand there. Get to counting. What are you?
Profitable day. I mean, all right. Yeah, I'll start counting.
How
much
about you
is in there.
guys? How about all of you guys roll intelligence check?
Okay.
Yurkwin has no idea.
It's at 20.
Um,
And
Hadron,
then that one.
you're just so caught off guard of this, and you're just really focused on Mimic, like really kind of concerned that maybe like he's having an episode. And Bongo,
Holy shit.
you just have this strange like Goodwill Hunting thing where like you like lift up the box a little bit and you're like, well, it weighs this much. Inside this chest is about 20,000 gold pieces.
Oh, Dimmick strong. Oh my god.
I want to walk over and just smack him across the face. Get over yourself.
Oh, do it again, harder. Oh my.
What?
Oh.
No, I thought it would be like a little, I don't know, like a statue or something from him. This is,
The statue of himself.
yeah. He's like, here's a dragon statue.
Oh.
Wow. This is.
I'm gonna need a bigger money pouch.
I think we're gonna need a bigger everything at this point, Dimmick.
Oh my goodness.
Inside on top, you can see that like stuffed in between some of the stacks of gold is another piece of paper, and you pull it out. Bongo, since everyone else is semi-distracted at this point,
Adding that right to my sheet. Here we go.
he's like, all 20,000.
Yeah.
You grab the piece of paper and you start reading it, and it's another note from Barrick, and it says, from my personal stash, thank you for helping me keep this hoard protected from those who would try to use it for evil deeds.
Oh, what a good guy.
I'm going to immediately cast sending
Okay.
to Merrick.
Who?
Or to Uranex.
Okay.
25 words or less. All right, here we go. We received your gift, and we are unfathomably appreciative. Please let us know if there's anything we can help you with in the future. Dimmick.
A moment passes by. I'm actually out walking around Waterdeep right now. You guys stay safe. Hell could be scary. Best of luck.
We gotta make sure that we. I feel like we should do something nice for. Oh man.
Yurquin just kind of looks at you. He's like, "What do you mean we did do something nice for him? We helped deceive them, and now he doesn't have to worry about folks coming for his hoard anymore. I don't know what else we need to do. Seems like a worthwhile payment considering the amount of gold that was in there."
Oh well, I mean, like maybe we should pay him a visit every once in a while, you know?
I mean, didn't he say something to? Oh wait, no. Yurquin doesn't know your conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say, as he says that, I'm just gonna like kind of let us sponsor those. You don't need to worry about that, Dimmick. I'm sure we'll see him from time to time.
Oh, really?
Yurquin kind of pipes. I wonder if he knows who Lodor is.
I don't know who Lodor is.
It's just like Dimmick still.
I'm like, it's like there, yeah.
Dimmick's just like, yeah. Dimmick did exactly that, gasping, and I don't know who Lodor is.
Guys, are you just gonna divvy up that gold straight?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
2465. 2465. So it'll be 4,000 apiece.
What?
It's 5,000, right?
It's 5,000 apiece if it's
Oh,
20.
Jesus. My math's really good.
Math.
Dungeons and Dragons.
You over here talking about my 500 plat. Oh no, man.
Yeah, I know. Dungeons and mathematics.
Well, Hadron, you should definitely be able to pay off your arm now.
Hell yeah, brother.
Did you
Go ahead.
do you know when it was supposed to be done? Or
They said it was gonna take at least a month minimum.
It's been about a week
yeah, so he still have
at this point.
time.
Yeah. He did also say if you wanted to pay a little bit more, you could get it earlier. Just reminding you.
Yeah, maybe if you like.
Even though I didn't want it.
Oh, you're gonna thank me later. Maybe if maybe we should go pay him a visit. Maybe we can get it expedited. Maybe even like the end of the day.
Maybe. That might be very fast for.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
make-
you're
make
not wrong. Well, I mean, how
you
how
guys
long are
wanna-
we looking to like? When are we looking to leave?
That's a good point. I
Maybe we should
sort of
like.
thought of it.
Yeah, maybe we should spend like a week or two getting things in order here before we go.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, like get the tavern all situated, have someone, you know, probably hire someone to like actually look after it while we're gone. Because I mean, our barkeep is fantastic, but I mean, we shouldn't burden him with all of that.
I guess talking to him at least. I have a couple messages I want to send out. Figure out with that.
Oh man, if I'm going to hell, I gotta let my wife know.
You have a wife here?
No, not here. Well,
Doing this, Hadron wants to start laughing. He's gonna clear his throat. He's like, sorry, Dimmick. I didn't mean to laugh, but it's a deal saying once you're married, you're already there.
well, I mean, sometimes I tell you what.
Yurquin pipes. You're telling me somebody wanted to marry you?
Yeah, actually, it's
Wow.
We
I'm
have-
sure it's another talking weapon.
well, I mean, You can say that about her. She's back at home with our 2 children.
Well, your Quinn's is kind of like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they, 2 ice cubes?
I've got. Well. No. Smart ass. They live back on the coast from where I am. Anybody hear of the Sea of Falling Stars at all? Anybody know what that is? Any of you? Hello?
Would we at least know the name, I guess?
Let's see how popular it is. I would say Hatteron, you would, just from your travels and your reading. I'm gonna roll for Euroquin. You can roll too, Bongo.
I get a free pass.
History?
Yeah, history.
I'm a smart boy.
I am smart. Bunko, not smart.
Bongo, it kind of eludes you. There's a lot of different and new memories you've acquired over the last 24 hours, so you're kind of like a bit like things are kind of getting lost in like the translation almost. And Euroquin's like, it sounds familiar, but I don't really know much about it.
I have no clue.
Well, it's
Maybe it's familiar.
yeah, it's the eastern coast. But yeah,
It's
no.
really far away.
Yeah, well, I've done a lot of traveling. She's kind of like my polar opposite. I mean, she would rather. I mean, we both love staying home. Don't get me wrong. I'm just a more adventurous type, and she understands that, and she stays home. She's definitely the stronger of the 2 of us. I'll tell you that much.
Are you like the breadwinner then? Or she's just a single mom right now?
Well, she takes care of the home. She takes care of the kids, and I usually send, you know, I'll usually go out and make money. I guess you could call me the breadwinner, but she has her own tasks that she does at home and in our little town.
So you're telling me you're gonna go with us and leave your wife home on this plane of existence with your 2 children? How old are your children?
My kids they're of decent age. They're about 8 and 10.
You're leaving. You are telling me you're going to hell.
Yep.
And you are okay.
I mean, it's the first time I've never actually gone to hell. She'll probably be excited about it.
Oh, you didn't let her know yet?
No, we haven't made a solid plan. She knows I'm here in Waterdeep. She knew I was coming up here.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't really.
That might be
We do our own things. Like if she wants to go out and adventure, which she rarely does, but she has from time to time, we both take up that mantle. That's just the way our relationship works. Her name is
wild.
Her name is Margit. And my
sounds like an elder soul.
yeah, she's something. And my 2 sons, Harry and Lex. Yeah, I kind of miss them. I've been away for a little while, but I usually talk to them through, magic means.
Oh.
But I'll send her a quick message letting her know what the plan is. Yeah, she'll probably be like a little excited, but she'll probably also be pretty worryful. So I'll just have to, reassure her.
Yeah, that might be a good thing to do. Probably sooner than later. Yeah. Objections or?
She'll probably have some stuff to throw in, but do you guys have anybody that you want me to contact? Any family or anything? I mean, Hatteron, your dad's here, so I mean, but like, anybody have any like brothers or sisters that they want me to contact? Mother, father, cousins?
Your Quintus shoots a glare at you as you bring that up, Dimmick.
Well, that didn't age well, did it?
I don't really know anyone that might be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, deity thing. Yeah, yeah.
I don't really know how that would work.
Well,
maybe
the way the spell works, it travels across planes, so it doesn't matter where
Oh.
they are. I could
I
just
know that part. I just more so don't really know if I have
yeah,
siblings.
I gotta do some more research on you. I've
Make
done a little bit.
Make a wisdom check, Bongo.
Okay. Wisdom. No.
From what you can recall, the only person that you know from a previous life is, well, the oldest memories that you have of interacting with people is the folks that were alive in Hilaria.
Mm-hmm. I know I have maybe like past acquaintances and stuff, but that's not really the same thing. Also, that's I don't even know how long ago at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you have other D&D friends? Like, I gotta read some more books.
I mean, maybe the old Helm did. I'm not too sure.
The old helm.
Yeah,
What?
well, I don't really have any memory. So
What the hell is this?
almost,
This is like a mantle that's
Well-
passed down. You're
well,
like
no, I
you're
think
like
it's
new
probably
helm
the same person. But
helm
I mean,
2.0.
Dimmick, if you lost all your memories and started again, it's almost like you're a new person.
Yeah, you know what? I guess so.
Out of curiosity, while they're sitting here talking, did Yurquin react at all when Bongo openly admitted to Dimmick he was Helm right there?
I think Jurgen was with us, wasn't he?
No, Yurquin
Or-
did not want Dimmick to kind of know because he wasn't sure how he would react. That's why I'm curious to see if he would react at all to this.
He kind of shoots you, Hadaron, a side eye in that moment of like, really? Like, you guys went behind my back? Kind of irritated, but not like this. Considering that Dimmick hasn't seemed to really didn't have like a bad reaction to it. It seems like it's less of a blow, but it is kind of he does seem kind of like more irritated. Not like he's mad. He's just irritated about it.
Seeing him shoot me the look, I'm just gonna like nod, like tell him to meet me over a little ways away from them quickly, and I'm gonna just head over with him. Yurquin, I obviously know how your stance was on this, but I've said it once and I'll say it again. We all need to have a little more trust in each other. Me and Bongo talked last night after we left your room about at least telling Dimmick some stuff. Even I didn't know Bongo was going to openly admit he was Helm.
Oh,
But
all right.
I feel like having it out there is better than keeping it locked in, because we don't need something else biting us later on.
It's fine. Not like I care, anyways.
But just have at least a little faith in Bongo. He's, at least out of all of us, have faith in him. You've been with him the longest out of the four of us, so at least hope you have the most faith in him to trust whatever decision he makes.
Understandable.
After that, I'm just gonna like give him a quick like nod and pat him on the back quick before going back to join Dimmick and Bongo.
Yeah, I mean, all we gotta do is like put your hand back on. You'll be fine, right? I mean,
I don't think that's quite how it's gonna work.
maybe we can get you like a prosthetic or something. Maybe we'll like make it out of wood. Stuff it up in there.
I mean, I can. My hands are there. They light goes through them. It seems.
I don't know. I think that's like an apparition. Maybe you got like a nubbin up there. I'm gonna try to take his glove off and like look up his sleeve.
Which glove?
The one he showed me before.
Oh, the same one.
I
Okay.
think what is his right hand?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to
Do
take off
you
the right glove and look up into his sleeve, see if I can find like a nub.
you guys want to like make competing checks of dexterity?
Sure.
Oh no! He's gonna pull away too fast, and it's gonna like smack me in the face.
Um, but no. You go to grab it, and it's like you get your hands on it, and you try to pull it off, and this is not moving. It's like ah.
Ah,
You like
shit.
clasp it back together.
Man, you are one strong boy, huh?
Well, you need to undo the latches.
Oh,
Anyway,
well,
um,
I got a little excited. Listen, it's been a pretty exciting morning.
right. But speaking of messages, I do have a couple that I can think of to send out. That might actually help figure out at least how much time I might need for a break.
All right. So who are you sending your messages out to?
Well, I was gonna say if Dimmick and Hadron, if you two wanted to go, you said you were gonna go to that
Blacksmith.
armory
Yeah,
place?
we'll go to the
To the
blacksmith.
blacksmith?
Yeah,
You wanted
my
to?
Genasi
Oh, you're
friends.
gone. I'll send those out.
Well, no time like the present. You coming, Hadron?
I don't feel like I have much of a choice in this.
Yippee! I've just
You
got
guys-
Dimmick just has like a huge like pep in his step.
Okay. Your Quinn's kind of pipes up. He's like, I'm probably just gonna hang out here. Bongo, are you gonna stay here and send your messages out, or what do you?
Yeah, they're not any like private things, so it's fine. If you wanna?
Well, I'm probably just gonna go hang out in my room and just kind of uh, read a couple books. Since we're
yeah.
not really in a rush anywhere, maybe
Yeah.
I'll go get something to eat.
Think about if you want to buy any fancy meal.
Eh,
I don't
I'm
know.
sure there might be a need for this in the future. Also, probably if we're planning on leaving in a couple weeks, we should probably figure out if there's anything else we can do to prepare any
Mhm.
supplies, potions, things like that. So I'm just gonna head back to my room and try to figure that out for myself, and then go from there.
Right.
We'll start with Dimmick and Hedron. You guys are heading out and making your way around the alley, the Troll Skull Alley, to head to the Steam and Steel. We'll do Bongo's messages first.
And forwarded, buddy.
Oh man, now I gotta get myself into a Franklin mode.
Well, I'll give you a bit of time. I'll message. I want to say it was Sylvia that I messaged before,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't remember if it was her that I met or if I messaged Fallister.
Fallister, because you would,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll message him again then.
Okay.
Hi, it's Bongo again. Just wanted to check in and see where you guys currently are. Anywhere close to Waterdeep or still heading up?
There is a map in here. Crib sheet.
Alright, I also needed to roll for my recharge of my sending.
Oh yeah, roll that. Nice.
Oh, that's good. That's how. So
Let me see.
5 out of 5, so now 4 out of 5.
Sword Coast map. Let me pull this up here really quick. Do. Open image. You send out the message to Fallister. Fallister responds shortly afterwards. Yeah, we're Silvira and I are on our way. We're about we just made our way to the Tradeway through we just passed through Dragonspear Castle. Only a few more days of travel to Waterdeep. We're bringing a friend. That's the end of the message.
Would we have a map in our house somewhere?
You had let me take a look here. There is one that was in this module. Let me see if we can figure this out. There was a module somewhere here. Da-da-da. Let me see. Let me check this. What, buddy? Well, I'll have to help you out later. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons, bud. He's playing this like firefighting game.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite humorous. I didn't realize I had this module, but I don't know if this is going to work for you. This is actually relatively high quality. This might take a minute to load for you, but this is share record. This is the map, and I will.
I think I just closed it by accident.
I'll share it again. It's okay.
Oh heck yeah, dude! This looks so good.
Here is Waterdeep.
Oh, I see the dragon spear. That's
Yep. So they're on their way. And this is something you guys would have in your travels. Just you have procured a map, definitely. Traveling this far away from the coast and coming through Baldur's Gate, there's zero reason why you guys wouldn't have a map.
they're like halfway there.
Yeah, they're a few more days. I mean, they came from.
Oh yeah, they keep Candlekeep.
Yeah, Candlekeep's right here. So they've made pretty decent. Yeah, you're right, about halfway. But they said they're on their way with Sevilla and they are bringing a friend.
Would I know roughly? They said a few days. Would I know how many? Is this like a few days, like a day or two, or like?
You would assume as long as they don't run into any issues, like you're kind of like estimating on like what your guys' trip was. You would assume they're probably on horseback or at least getting a caravan up. It probably about 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Ish, I would assume. But like, it's kind of hit and miss. You were able to circumvent a decent amount of the travel meeting back up with Hadron.
Right. Yeah, we skipped a fair bit.
Yeah.
All right. I might reply to him later, but I'm gonna next send a message to Franklin. If he's on another plane of existence, I have to roll to see if it failed. Bring that up.
He is not on another plane of existence.
Oh, okay. That's good, but it would have been neat.
That would have been neat.
Hey Franklin, Pongo here. Just hope you are doing well. Just wondering where you currently are and if there would be possibility to come up to Waterdeep again. That's all my words.
Do you want me to reply to him?
Yeah, I would assume you're on this plane of existence.
You got it. Hey, Bongo. Long time. Well, maybe not. As far as coming back to Waterdeep, I'm a little busy in.
Where is it at, Matt?
No, I think I'm pretty certain it's 25.
5 more words.
Oh, I have 5 more words? Okay. I thought that was 25. In Rivington, I'm helping out with.
Yeah, that's 25.
Yeah, and that's it. He doesn't know the
Yeah,
the limitations of the spell.
He was just over there still talking to nobody.
Yeah, 100%.
Here, I'll send another message to Franklin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only have 25 words for responding. Hoping with what? I'm looking into stuff with crimson weapons and think your weapon might be pretty important for that's 25.
Gotcha. Will choose words carefully.
Wastes of words.
I'm currently helping with the refugees. I did notice something different about the hammer when I left. Coming back Rivington?
I think that was exactly 25.
That was 25. I was counting.
How many days is it to Rivington? Is it almost? It's probably like a week.
Over a week.
Hmm. I only have one more sending spell left for the day. Might need to. Okay, I'll wait for now.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can. Oh no, Dimmick doesn't even know Frank.
I have to be
Okay.
familiar with the individual, so if you were to
That's true.
if you were to describe Franklin, I might be able to. Doesn't necessarily mean it will arrive to the correct person.
Some other random guy named Franklin.
Yeah.
All right, I'll use. I think this is my last charge because I used 2 for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
One. Oh no, I should have one more. I already
Yeah.
deleted that one. Okay, so I should have one more after using another. So I'll use. This is my 4th one. So I had all 5 ready. I could come to Rivington. Would you possibly meet me halfway? I might not have the time to travel there and back right now.
It would be nice to see you. I guess if it's important, I could make the trip. Where did you have in mind?
Oh no.
As you
Oh
finish-
no.
As you finish saying this, Franklin, you hear, "What the hell are you talking to? Should I be concerned, Franklin?" Your voices again.
No, it's not. It's Bongo actually. He says he's got something important going on. And he was just checking in. I might need to take a trip here shortly. I'm sure I can prepare Jason and a couple of the other Crimson Blades to take over what I'm doing if I need to make the trip though.
That's fair. All right.
If I do, is there anything that you want me to give to Bongo or Hadaron, Uraquin?
I'll send you with a letter for Bongo.
Okay. He recommended, or he said something about meeting halfway, or me just going straight up to Waterdeep where they are. Do I have the time to go to Waterdeep if I need to?
I think we have this mainly figured out now that the mayor of Rivington has kind of quit his bullshit. It should be fine. At this point, Jason almost outranks you at this point.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of good work.
Yeah, so it's fine. As long
Okay.
as you take a letter.
Yeah. You give me the letter and I'll head out. I'll meet him. I don't know if they're leaving Waterdeep soon or if they're planning on sticking around, but I'll start making my way up there as soon as
Yeah,
you yeah.
you're gonna want to head north and meet up with a tradeway halfway through because it'll be a little bit rough trekking. Maybe the farmer next door will let you take one of their horse.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know where I put Butch.
Well, Butch is still out there, but you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll probably take Butch.
All right,
But yeah, let me know when you've got that letter and I'll head out right away.
I'll have it ready for you tomorrow morning.
You got it. I'll head back out to the head back out to the refugees, see what needs to be cleaned up and who needs help.
All right. All right, Bago.
Yeah, I have my last message. I did have one other person that I wanted to message. I don't know if I ever got their name. I talked to them and saw them. It was the people that were in our tavern. I think right after the explosion. Who were from the Order of the Gauntlet.
Oh.
The paladin chick.
Yeah, and like she had like
I
people
think
with
I
her.
might have a note on that.
Yeah, I didn't have their name down, but I know that they were paladins under Torm and used to be under a helm.
Let me pull this up here. Where did I find her? Ah, fuck. Character. Some bitch. I think it's in this.
I don't know if she even gave her name to me.
She did.
Savra.
Sab- Was she the
Savra
leader?
Bellabranta. She was one of the knights for the Order of the Gauntlet.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna send a message to her. Savra, this is Bongo from the Ghost Grotto. Wondering if you have info on things called the Crimson Weapons. If so, you know our tavern.
Not really sure what Crimson weapons are, but I can swing by this afternoon.
Okay. That's all my sending spells for the day.
All right. We'll swing over to Dimmick and Hatteron. You guys are kind of waddling around and basically going around the corner at this point to the Steam and Steel. Kind of earlier in the morning. It's like 9:30 at this point. After you guys stop hyperventilating about the gold.
I'm walking like I'm on top of the world.
No, seeing the change in how Dimmick is slowly acting, because I'm gonna be not super far behind, but like a couple of steps since he kind of burst out the door with a little bit more pizzazz than normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna chuckle as I fold my arms. Dimmick, I think this is the best I've ever seen you. Is this all it takes? A little coin flash your way, and suddenly you turn turn into the bright sunshiny kind of man.
Listen, this is not just a little coin, alright? Coin of this capacity can take care of my family for a very long time. There are things you guys don't know about me and what my goals are, because no one has seen it fit to really ask about it. But I'm simply just looking to be a good father, a great husband, and this helps immensely with that. Setting up my family for success in the future. That's all I could ask for.
I don't question your motives or anything, Dimmick. It's just rather somewhat funny to see you get this way over just a little bit of money. Normally you're, I don't want to say sour, but your older age seeps through a little bit more seeing you like this. I feel like this is maybe what you were like in your younger days, if that makes sense.
It does. I've had to make some hard choices in my life. Even now.
How far are we from the Steven Steel at this point?
You're like halfway there.
I want to just like take a couple of quick brisk steps forward just to catch up with him, to like be actually like next to him. So this might seem like a rather odd question, but I'm sure Bongo has probably mowed the question through his head a few times. What? And I'm not intending to start trouble with you in any capacity. I'm just curious. What is it about Euroquin that makes you act the way you do with him over how you act with me and Bongo at times?
Well,
Now, this is Hadron asking because he's like actually like genuinely curious. It's not like I said. It's not like he's trying to start an issue.
well, I don't think you're gonna start any problems. It's not. It's no secret that Euroquin does not like me. My first impression of him was that he was young and ignorant. He he seems to be the self-proclaimed leader, but he does a lot of cutting down. He uses his words as weapons against people that should trust him. It's hard to trust somebody that doesn't seem to have your well-being in mind. I don't know him as well as you do, but that's just been my impression so far. I have no problem with Euroquin. I've even tried to be civil, you know. I don't. I think the better question is, what is Euroquin's problem with me? Doesn't seem to doesn't seem to matter what I say or what anybody else says. He's always got some sort of smart aleck remark that he retorts with, and just doesn't seem serious about his doesn't seem serious about his what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibilities. But that's it. I don't have any problem with Euroquin.
Hadron just like nod gently. I may know Joachim a little bit longer than you, but it's nowhere near as long as I feel like you might think I've known him. Out of our little group, he's known Bongo the longest. Him and Bongo and a couple of the party members we had were the ones that actually found me. I've only known them for a few months, honestly. But I do genuinely think that all of us, maybe it's not so much me in the room, again, the world's heavy is, but we need to open up a little bit more. I've shared about as much as I feel like I can safely share with the rest of you, and I know it's going to leave me as probably the most secretive of us all, but no, it's not out of ill will or distrust. It's more for the safety of me, the safety of all of you, and anyone that may be tied to you that you care about. So if that means having a bit of resentment between all of you towards me, I will bear that. It's like I told Bongo, while I've only known all of you for a short time, you've all rather grown on me, so I'd rather keep you all around. You're at times a bit of a pain, but you're all genuine. That's something I can respect, having gone through some of the issues I've gone through in life.
Yeah, I get that. I don't think anybody's gonna hold it against you. But looks like we're coming up on the on the blacksmith.
You guys approach, and just as you guys kind of come around the corner to head to the Steam and Steel, you can see that um, the wooden sign is being brought out by Avi and set up on the kind of the sidewalk there, kind of promoting, like letting folks know it's open and that it's ready for business for the day. So he heads back inside.
Oh, looks like they're just getting around. We're gonna be first in the doors. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. I'll run right in and see if I can catch Avi.
You head inside and you can see Avi's kind of going around the corner, and he's um, kind of going behind the counter, and he's kind of like, oh, hey, Dimmick.
Hey, Avi. I brought your customer back.
Haha, welcome, friend.
Hearing this, I'm gonna step through the door. Vinian.
Yes, the elven is coming out more now. We're gonna deal with this.
Oh. What?
I'm assuming he's gonna have both of them are gonna have that quizzical look.
Kind of confused. You can already hear, like, as you guys come inside the shop, that Embrick's in the back, kind of just you hear the clattering of the forge, and you can kind of smell fresh coal.
Mm. All right. Well, we had a question about that armor we ordered, or the armor that he ordered.
Kind of, you got to take a look and see how it's coming along.
Well, yeah, that would be nice. But we were wondering, what kind of expedited schedule we could get for a little more coin.
Well, we had already had kind of a deposit put down. My memory is shitty when it comes to remembering how much is left on. I think 3,500 was left.
Okay. So what if we were to offer a little more? How what's the soonest you could have it done by?
I'm check with Embrick, but I'm pretty sure like for an extra 500 gold pieces, we can have it done within a week.
Oh, that's perfect. I'll look at it around and I'll say I'll even pay half of that.
I still think you should pay for all of it since you're the one that ordered it.
Logistics. Yeah.
This There's no to talk about it, Timic. We were all here. We know what happened.
Anyway, and I'll call out to Embrick. Hey, Embrick.
It's he's so focused on the forge. You're working on like you can't really tell the iron's very hot, but you can see he's kind of already sweating and already kind of just kind of takes a moment and kind of looks over, just kind of gives you a great big smile on his face and a little upward head nod, and he's gonna continues working.
I still can't express how good it is to see other Genasi around. So, for an extra 500 gold pieces, you could have it done by the end of the week, huh?
Yeah, probably. I don't see why not.
That would
We
be
can just put our other projects aside.
incredible. I will I'd be more than happy to pay half of that Hadaron.
I feel like at this point you're more than overdue for half of it.
Not a problem, and I will Avi, do you mind if I close the door?
Yeah, that's fine.
I will I'll go over and just gingerly close the door.
Yeah,
I
as
don't.
Dimmick's walking by me after he closed the door, I'm gonna just lean in. Don't pass out again, old man.
I know, I'm trying. It's a lot of money. I don't want people, Yeah, you
I
you
totally
understand. You understand.
Yeah.
And I will pull out 2,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Set them on the counter,
I guess I'll
Oh,
pull out the
you're-
other half.
which
You're
is
bringing out 2,000.
2,000.
And yep. Okay. So I thought you meant half of the expedited cost, not half of the total cost.
Oh
You're
no,
very
yeah, half
gracious.
of the total cost.
Wow. What a friend. Avi just kind of like eyes go wide a little bit, and he just kind of grabs it all and kind of puts it in his satchel behind and pulls out a ledger and just marks something off in it and spins it around the table and slides it towards you, Hadaron. And you can see where it says it's kind of just like a signature of payment, just to say, yeah, you paid in full, and sign it, and that, we'll be ready soon.
So, Hadaron, you just got 2,000 left. All you gotta do is plop it on, sign it, and we're off.
I just said I pulled out the other half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
still looking at my satchel.
He's still, he's distracted.
Just looking straight down into it, just like, oh.
You sign off on the paperwork, and Avi kind of closes the letters, puts it under the table, and then kneels down for a moment. You hear some clicking and stuff like that, and then he kind of stands back up, and he's like, "Well, yeah, give us about 7 to 10 days, and come by and pick it up. It'll be all ready to go."
All right.
I appreciate it.
Doesn't sound like it, but
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
you're
Jeez.
paying. I don't care.
Well, you know what? Let me see. Do you have anything new in stock since we've been around? Any weapons or armor?
I mean, we kind of have the general like basic stuff on the wall. If you really wanted something like specific made, you can request something. But we have this suit of armor we have to finish up this week for a client.
Oh yeah, you're right. What do you got hanging around the wall here? What do we have?
Well, there's some like long swords and some short swords and other things like that, like run of the mill things.
You have any heavier armor that's just out here for sale that you don't have to make?
Yeah, it depends on like how heavy you're looking to go. Like scale mail, like full plate.
Well,
What are you thinking?
I'm currently still rocking that breastplate that you guys made. It was very high quality, but I'm looking for something a little sturdier now that we're with some future plans. So maybe a full plate or somewhere.
Hearing this conversation, Hadaron is just gonna get this shit-eaten grin on his face, and he's gonna lean against the counter. Isn't this some more dragon scale armor for sale? I feel like my friend here, and I'm gonna pat Dimmick on the back as hard as I can, would love to buy it. He's recently come into quite a bit of money.
Well, as much as I'd love to, it's really hard to come by the materials. That's why it's easy to make the suit armor for you. Because you guys provided the materials. But yeah, let me just take a look around and see who I can scrounge up. You know, you get your breastplate, and you know, gives you your like what some people would call an armor class of 14. Let me see what we have that might be a little bit sturdier for you.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yes.
There is we do have a set of half plate armor for about 800 gold pieces. That's a little bit sturdier than your breastplates. Medium armor.
Okay.
Has an AC of 15. Depends on how much you're looking to spend, really.
15. Okay. It's not bad. Not bad. It's definitely
Anything higher than that, you're gonna end up getting into like really heavy armor type stuff,
right. Um,
like chainmail or such.
you know what? I will. I will quickly, with a hand behind my back, cast. Where's my? Oh, do I not have it prepared? Oh, I don't. I was gonna cast detect magic, but I don't have it prepared. You know what? I will. I will take it.
The half plate.
Yes, the half plate would be fantastic.
Oh,
Little
if you
bonus
want to,
there.
I can take your breastplate, and I can give you a credit of $300 or 300 gold pieces, and only charge you 5.
That would be amazing. Yes, I will. Begin to unbuckle the breastplate and
Okay.
pull out another 500 dragons.
Okay. Abby kind of goes to one of the bigger wardrobes and kind of brings out a bunch of pieces. You can see that as Abby's bringing over the half plate, it has like shaped metal plates that kind of cover most of your body. It doesn't have any kind of like leg protection, besides like these like plain old like really simple like greaves that are attached with like leather.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like what you're getting out of it, definitely an upgrade.
Heck yeah. Equipped. Perfect. All right. And there's equipped. And I will I'll put her on. I'll snap her up, and I'll move around a little bit and make sure everything's working properly. All right.
Yeah.
This feels fantastic.
Seems to be a pretty decent fit.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I thank you for your time. I appreciate your generosity, and yeah, I think that's all I have. Quinn, you have anything else you want to look around at
Who?
or had around?
Who are you?
Sorry, my brain's a mess from
The gold.
today. Yeah, it's
Solid gold.
it's gold fever. Yeah.
Man. No, I don't think I have any other business, but if you two ever have the time and would like to stop for some drinks, you're more than welcome at the Ghost Grotto. We'll let them know your names. We'll give you a little bit of a discount for having us
Ooh.
so much.
A bit of a
VIP, I like it.
a bit of a discount. What are you talking about? You come in, you let them know, or you let me know you're there. I'll give you drinks on the house.
Ooh, I'm sure Emmerich would really enjoy that, considering slaves all day at the forge.
Absolutely,
Good
and
food and a good drink of water.
we appreciate your work. You guys do fantastic. Come by anytime. We're just right down the road.
Understood. Well, leave the door open on your way out.
Not a problem. We will be back in a week.
Yep. See you soon.
And off we go.
I'm just gonna like wave back at him.
Kind of gives you a little nod.
What the
and a
heck?
smile.
What the heck did you say when we first came in there?
Oh wait, you don't know what I said, do you?
No, I don't think Avi knew what you said either.
Clearly, it's no surprise I'm elvish. Ha! Ha ha, chuckle chuckle, look it, I'm the big tall elven man. I called him friends in elven language of my people.
You know, Water Genasi don't know Elvish, right? Including Avi.
Maybe he studied it, you don't know.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's on me. That's on me. Maybe I
You
was
think that he
too
didn't
quick to
ask
judge.
me what I called him?
Uh,
Maybe he understood, you don't know.
well,
Probably
yeah.
I don't feel like most of you would understand anyway.
Now that's hurtful. That hurts, Hadaron.
It's Oranax.
Can you-
understand me,
can
and I
you
feel
just-
like Oranax is thousands of years older than you and me combined.
Can you do me a favor and grab that knife that's in my back? Oh,
You were so overly dramatic, Dimmick.
I know. Look at all this. Shh. Look at all this coin.
Edward's gonna shake his head, trying not to laugh.
And we'll just make our way back to the tavern.
Fair enough. You guys, the insufferable weight of debt that has been on your shoulders, Hadaron, is finally lifted, and you can finally breathe, knowing that it's only a matter of time before Dimmick comes up with some other Ponzi scheme to get you in debt with some other thing that you may or may not need. We'll take a good 15-minute break here to get a drink, go to the bathroom, maybe get a snack really quick, and we'll return to the session shortly.
Hadaron, I hear that there's this timeshare in town.
No.
We'll be back in 15 minutes, everyone.
Welcome back. We are back. Um, so you guys had finished up with the Steam and Steel. Um, so you guys are going to prepare for the next week or so, 2 weeks. Um, we can just basically identify things that you guys want to achieve within those 2 weeks. I know that the following, that same night, Bongo, Silvero is going to come by, or sorry,
Sabra?
Yeah.
Or Sabra.
Let me pull this up here. Where's the gauntlet? Yeah, Savra's gonna show up. So we'll do that for tonight, and then just think about what you guys might want to achieve within the 2 weeks, or certain things that you guys want to like try to do. I think probably because the armor is going to be about a week to do, and I know you guys are talking about like waiting a couple weeks.
Sorry, I had myself muted because I'm
Fallister,
eating chips.
Fallister and Silvera are going to be in Waterdeep in about, 3 to 4 days, and then also Franklin is on his way up.
Yeah, I think probably like the next morning I would like message him again and be like, "Hey, just to clarify, are you gonna come up here or do you want to meet halfway?"
Are we doing
If
this right
he
now?
does, I'll suggest a place where I guess.
Well, you're doing
Dragon's
it tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
Do it
so I won't respond right now. I'll just wait until
Yep.
you're. I'm also
Mhm.
eating chips, so I'm gonna keep muting myself.
Right.
Okay. Savra shows up at the Ghost Grotto. Whether you're hanging out there or gonna show up at some point, you guys do
Yeah,
meet up.
I'll hang
Okay. You see her kind of come in the room in the tavern, and then she kind of walks up and kind of takes a seat at the bar and orders a drink from. Oh my Jesus criminy!
from good old
Yo,
Cook,
man.
because he's behind the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like he'd be probably really good at it. But she kind of turns to you and she's like, "So, I got your message.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit more information about these crimson. What do you call them? The crimson weapons, or
Yes, I didn't know if you maybe knew about them just because of your group. They would have been maybe sort of just a legend sort of thing. Old powerful weapons from Valyria.
Valeria.
That helps.
She's going to make a bigger roll. Okay, not bad. She's like, well, there used to be an older god. As you know, I've kind of brought it up. Helm. There's not a lot of followers anymore for Helm, and I'm not sure how well you are aware of it, but a lot of the deities, I wouldn't say all, but a good portion of their strength comes from their follower, their faith. Those who are kind of make up the base of their religion. And I haven't heard much about Helman since I've been alive. We used to be, Order of the Gauntlet used to be really big on trying to get adventurers who worship Helm, Torm, or Tyr. I know we had a short conversation before, and I had, been trying to make some amends with, the god Tyr. But
Right.
the crimson weapons you speak of, is it tied to one of these gods, or is it tied to the?
Yes, it'd be tied to Helm.
Interesting.
Is more of a long shot that you might know about it since I know you're involved with a similar company, but yeah, I was also just curious about your order. I remembered that you mentioned how there wasn't much activity with the followers of Helm, or even that there were any followers. Not much these days. sort of wondering how, for you under your side of it, like, I don't imagine, is it just recruiting people, or do you more so just have people that come to you
I'm
looking
kind of
to
like
join?
a point person. I guess you can consider the newer recruits like I end up being their handler from time to time if there's some things that we need to take care of for the court of the city. We'll take care of that, or we just do our best to try to you know help the citizens here. Um, but as for myself, I'm a knight, and I'm just kind of like the handler for most folks. We have multiple
Yes.
knights within the Order of the Gauntlet, but I'm just one of them.
I would be interested. I don't really know how would go about this, but I know, I think I mentioned to you last time we met that I'm, involved with the deity Helm. I'm wondering if you would have an idea for how to put a spark back in that side of the Order of the Gauntlet.
Hmm. Well, the first thing we need to do, if you're like a pilgrim or just I know you definitely got that paladin look to you, but um, the biggest thing right now, especially with such an obscure god at this point in this day and age, is to you need to find ways to spread the word and just try to spread the word. I know that there's a place here locally called Helms Hall that recently had somebody came in and did some work. Was that your doing? Because it's used to be an eyesore and it doesn't look half bad right now.
Um, I wouldn't take much credit for it, but I would at least a little bit. It was someone close to me who had recently left town.
Oh, okay. Um, well, those are all good things to kind of work in the right direction. Uh, like I said, most gods draw a decent amount of their power and their abilities from faith, folks praying and lending their strength to the gods, and therefore the god kind of lends their strength back, guidance. So it's not something you want to do knocking door to door, but it's the Order of the Gauntlet definitely has folks that you know uh, would be prime people that could help kind of bring the spark alive. We're not like monotheistic.
Right.
Sure, you understand that there's more than just one God, but some gods are better than the others, and some serve us better. That's why we kind of follow um, the teachings of Tormentir and Helm at one point. But if that's, I can speak to my commanding officer and some of the more higher ups of the Order of the Gauntlet, and um, I'll just put it out there that there's been some interest and some conversations in the city about the god Helm, and that perhaps we should maybe, do some deeds in his name.
Um, yeah, I would. That would be very appreciated. I know. I imagine things like this also take time.
Oh God, yeah,
I knew you were at least involved with it, and it's probably a good direction to go.
yeah. I can. I mean, uh, you guys kind of owning this tavern and this bar here, and really revitalizing this area of the Waterdeep. It kind of keeps the ruffians out of here if there's good paying folk up here, and
Right.
I've heard good things about Yulban back here. And she kind of like gives a little smile back to Yulban, and it's like, well, I'll do what I can. I mean, uh, you got to start somewhere. I mean,
Right.
you seem really what does the Crimson Weapons have to do with Helm, though? I guess is it something like kind of like tied to him? I know that there's some uh, legendary like divine items that exist all throughout Faerun, but
Yeah, something like that. Um, you know, the history of that sort of thing is always gets sort of lost over time.
yeah, it's true.
But yeah, if you would, I think just getting the name sort of starting to circulate around, good start. Especially now, hopefully that the city is a bit more peaceful with the. Actually, have you heard anything recently about the Zens and Xanathars?
Um, it's been kind of like the last couple days. It's been kind of quiet, mainly because the city watch is kind of really hunkered down in the Zentarum activities. Um, the Zentarum are a little bit more visual on their doings, and they like to be more vocal. So I think the city watch had kind of um, really put their fist down for the people, and you know the Xanathar Guild, they kind of, you know, they're still a little bit smaller, but they definitely have their numbers, but they're always smart in terms of making sure not to make too much of a scene if they're doing their day-to-day businesses. So, it's haven't really heard much from either of them recently, or at least they haven't had any fucking murders in the middle of the street in the last week.
Right.
So, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's good to hear.
I, I'm not so stupid to believe that suddenly they no longer in operation, but at least it's not directly affecting the citizens. Um, there's one thing of, stealing from an innocent is bad, but like straight up killing and bloodshed is where I really, really draw the line.
Yeah, I definitely understand your point there. The same viewpoint. Hopefully, after some recent events, they will be a bit less harassing of the people, I should say, I guess.
Well,
Who knows?
there's something else I kind of wanted to talk about with, you know, you bringing up uh, Helm. Uh, During the time of troubles, in the early days, shortly after 1000 DR, um, you, not sure how well versed you are with this, but the time of troubles was like a really, it's a huge deal. It's a cataclysmic event, and a lot of the gods had walked this earth in an avatar form, and Helm was the tasked with keeping the other deities from returning to their divine realms in the plains without returning the stolen tablets of fate. Um, so Helm was kind of the that guardian, that doorman to prevent those from um, entering back in the up the celestial stairway to the celestial plane. So uh, something to think about. He's been kind of an obscurance ever since then. Whether he died in that time frame or shortly after, I'm not 100% sure, but there's definitely been kind of a more or less silence around him.
Well, I know at least from my perspective, there's been power granted from him, so I wouldn't say he's totally out for the count.
Well, I do know, reading some of the texts and stuff in the Order of the Gauntlet, that Helm had very strong faith and it endured many dark times. Um, and perhaps if we can do a little bit here and get the word out, maybe we can turn things around and maybe spark that faith again in the people.
And well, not to be boastful about my patron, I guess you could call it, but yeah, I do think that big idea of Helm is sort of being a reliable source of protection and being something that people can have to not worry about danger. So I
Wow,
think that fits very well with hopefully what's going to be happening in Waterdeep here, of people being a little bit less under threat with the guilds here.
fair enough. I'll keep that in mind.
I appreciate it. And I'll kind of like whisper over to Yulban and just ask him to like give her drinks for free.
Kind of smiles, and your lens kind of gives you a nod. You guys kind of spend some time just kind of catching up and just talking about um, the different gods that kind of the Order of the Gauntlet worship, and you find that there's a lot of ties and a lot of the same kind of sentiments behind Helm, Torm, and Tyr, and discussion about them being very, very close, especially Torm with Helm, really, really close.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of drama between Tyr and Helm, but um, it was a good conversation to kind of get you thinking in a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Anything else you guys want to do for the, we can just go right into like, what you guys are going to be trying to achieve in the next 2 weeks. Because I know that you wanted to kind of um, send a message to Franklin the next day.
Yeah, it would pretty much just be clarifying if he wants to come up here, or if he's able to come up here, or if he wants me to meet him halfway.
Oh yeah, you can respond to that message.
You want me to respond now?
He's eating chips.
You want me to respond now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say it's probably the next day at this point, unless
Gotcha.
Hadaron, you wanted something to do.
I would like to see if I could maybe find a place that has a bag of holding or could procure me one.
Ah, okay. Um, you can definitely make your way down to Jethro's Jet Black Observatory. That's definitely someplace where they have that stuff.
Okay, I'll head down there and see if maybe they have one in stock or could get one before we leave.
You one of the days during this, next week before you procure your armor, you do kind of go down there and talk to Caspri, and she kind of pulls out. There's about 4 different style bags that she has that are enchanted with kind of this enchantment for a bag of holding. So there's like a kind of like a shoulder bag that's like a messenger bag thing that's like on a sling that you kind of wear to your side. There's a traditional kind of backpack vibe where it's kind of like a two slings, and you just kind of wear on your back. But one of the messenger bags, because there's like 2 of each. One of the messenger bags has like a really nice black leather with some like white stitching around the side, and just a nice clean thing that would probably fit your motif if you so desire.
I love this idea of Hadaron is just all black everything. It's first goth.
Right.
How much are they typically? I know like it's a rare item. I just don't know like roughly what their price ranges
The 4 bags that she has out there, mainly depending on like the quality of the actual like leather and stuff, um, ranges from 3 to 500 gold pieces.
are. Okay. I'll take the. Yeah, I'm falling right in that fucking trope. God damn you. The,
It would look
my
cool.
Yeah.
It would look cool. I'd want that. Um, she just kind of looks at, oh, wonderful choice. Um, this one here particularly is about 400 gold pieces.
I think I can swing that. We've sort of recently come into some dragons, so it won't be an issue.
This one's nice because the kind of the messenger bag style one has about a 2 foot diameter at the mouth of it, and it can go about 4 feet deep. So pretty decent size. A little bit more stylish if you're one that's concerned with that.
I can't say I'm super concerned about it, but having the extra carrying capacity will come in rather handy.
Just make sure that you deduct your gold pieces for
already did.
your. Did you really? Why is it not
Yeah.
updating on my end? It still says you have 5 grand.
I did it for the armor, and I just did it for this. I'm at
So-
2,712.
I don't know. Maybe it's just being weird on my end. So she kind of hands that over. You grab that in your inventory. You have a bag of holding. And I love this image they have for it. It's just the
it's
funniest
so
shit.
dopey.
Yeah.
So,
But yours is cool. Yours is cool.
out of character, is there a way I can tell on my character's like sheet for the weight, since I now have that, or is it just kind of something that?
I'll add that on. So maximum is 120. We're gonna set that to 620. No, it doesn't let me do it. What do what happens when we equipped it? Bag of holding.
Because it's not showing the bag of holding for. Oh, there it is. Now it shows the bag of holding for me.
It's not something I can edit, but you can just keep in mind that your maximum is that plus 500.
Okay, I'll try to keep a mental note of it. That's something I've been trying to keep up on. Like, I know encumbrance is like actually a thing we need to worry about, so I've been trying to keep that like in mind as a player.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, we have time. I want to see if I can find one of these things. So because I'm tired of only having 120 weight I can carry. This sucks.
Yeah. Nope, you're good now, and you kind of dump I assume, all your gold in there.
Honestly, not so much the gold, just more like the random heavy crap I have on me that I should probably take off of me when I get back to the inn.
All right.
Since I now
Works.
know how to do this.
Sweet. Well, you got yourself a nice, clean, colored, black shoulder bag that you can kind of whip behind you and kind of make it disappear behind your cloak.
Okay, that's all I wanted for the time being.
Cool. The next morning comes. You want to re-roll for your
Oh yeah, good point. See how many I have.
roll for your charges.
Okay. I'll use one. Send that message to Franklin. Check in.
Oh, I never responded to it. Like, I just. All right. So, what did you say specifically? You asking
Just check in. Are you going to come all the way to Waterdeep, or do you want to meet halfway? If halfway, Dragonspear Castle? Question mark.
I am currently on my way to Waterdeep to meet you. I have a letter for you. We can meet halfway if it's easier. Period.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
I'll send another. I'll
That's
send a
that's
reply back
25.
to-
I meant like I wasn't sure if you wanted
Yeah.
to kind of.
Yeah, no, I was debating on whether I need a message for anyone, but no. Okay. Yeah, I'll use my last message. Spawn. Up to you if you want to meet halfway or come all the way. Just let me know.
Is that it?
I'll message. I'm trying to think of how many words I have. I'll message again tomorrow to check it.
Are you gonna respond?
Are
Frank?
you yeah. Are you planning to stay in Waterdeep for an extended period of time? If so, I can just come straight to you.
And you won't get a response.
I've got 3 more words. Hold on.
Okay.
Can't wait. See.
Well, wait for another date. um, but I guess I have at least 2 things. I also want to go to Jethro's. I don't have a specific thing. I wouldn't even. I don't know if I would know what they have. But like, uh, any things for like with fighting, anything with if it deals with fiends. I think that's a Devil's Eye, right?
Oh, okay.
And then let's see that for Jethro.
So you
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Oh, anything if like there's stuff that makes fire do less damage to you. I'm assuming that there might be fire in hell.
I got you. I got you. Let's
I don't
see.
know why part of me really wanted Bongo you to stop there and just say something that makes fire.
Oh.
Like the man just doesn't have a sword that just makes fire. No, I want more fire.
Let's see. So you want something to attack with, or just like a magical item of some sort?
It'd probably be more so like a magical item. I don't know if it would be worn or because I think I would still be using my normal sword. I don't think it would be a weapon that would probably be used.
Okay. See if you can find something here.
Yeah.
So I assume you go in there and you kind of like explain what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to be kind of in the back trying to find something that would be useful to you in this point in time. Let's see. The hell is this? What's that stuff? Let's see. Kind of cool. me take a look here. Maybe this would be fun. I don't think that actually work for you though. I don't think tattoos would work with for you that well. Would they?
Name tattoo the
Uh,
armor. Let's go.
Yeah.
Tattoo the armor.
It's kind of cool. I've got so many books of things. I'm like, all
Oh,
right,
yeah.
what can we,
I can
what
imagine.
can we, what can she pull up out back that might be somewhat useful to you guys?
Mhm.
Wizard stuff.
And even like, I mean, like, even if it's something that I can use, but it seems like it would be useful for someone in our group, I guess. I think.
What in the fuck?
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. I just found something really fucking creepy, and I'm not
What
sure
in
about it.
the fuck is that?
Straight up.
Spooky ass demon.
Spooky ass demons.
It's kind of cool. You want some cobbler tools? I think that'd be useful.
Some cobbler's tools.
For making shoes?
Yep. Why not?
Guess we might be walking.
Hadaron, did you get the bag of holding with the face on it?
No.
Oh.
His is like all clean black and
Man.
And no, you cannot draw on it.
Well, Dimmick's not a good drawer.
that's kind of an odd item.
I didn't ask if he was.
Oh, he just drawn like little dicks all over it.
I just said you're not gonna draw on it.
Just little water droplets everywhere.
Right.
Water emoji.
She kind of just looks at you, Bongo, and she's like, well, I went in the back, I took a look around. As far as kind of warding you off from the elements of heat or even cold at this point, it's tricky. I can try to reach out to some of my contacts and see what I can kind of bring together, and perhaps might have something I can provide to you before you need it. When do you need it by?
Sort of undefined at this point, but within 2 weeks for sure.
Okay, I can probably see if I can figure something out here. Perhaps a cloak or something to kind of give you a little bit more protection. I'll see what I can do.
All right. There was one other thing. I'm not sure if this would even be a thing here, but do you have anything? I know there's spells for it, but is there something that you have that would allow me to be able to understand a specific language that I don't know?
Fairly certain.
I guess I could try to learn the language, but time probably wouldn't allow that.
She's like, I actually have an odd thing that somebody had dropped off and sold to me. She kind of turns around, she kind of heads back, and she comes out. She's like, I don't know how married you are to your helmet, but I have this helm here of comprehending languages. She kind of sets up this kind of almost like elven looking helmet and sets it on the counter. She's like, this here lets you kind of cast the spell comprehend languages at will. You don't have to spend a spell slot or anything. You just keep casting as many times as you'd like. And that spell will let you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear, and can also understand any written language that you see. But as far as written stuff, you have to be touching the surfaces which the words are written.
Right.
It doesn't decode any kind of secret messages or a glyph or any kind of arcane sigil, but it can help if you're having conversations with folks and also like maybe reading a book.
Hmm.
It's very stylish.
Right. I'm not sure if it's my style, I guess, visually.
I mean, there's also scrolls I have of the spell, but we could also perhaps enchant your helmet to be one such like this, but
would it need to be a helmet?
we could
Um,
probably enchant something else too.
Could it be something more removable, I suppose, just in case someone else needs to use
Like a ring?
a ring would probably work. Some sort of
Well,
accessory like that, yeah.
we could probably make that happen. Only take a few days for me to whip up the item.
Oh, yeah, sure, that would work.
A special order like this, it's going to cost you about 700 gold pieces.
Okay, that's reasonable, I imagine.
I mean, like the helmet itself was about 500, but
Right.
if we're making this from scratch, it's going to be kind of costly. I mean, the good thing with this is it's, you don't need to attune to it. You can just use it and you can pass it around.
Oh, yeah, that is very handy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll bring out 700 gold
Okay.
pieces.
You end up, within this next week here. Are you gonna wait for Franklin to come to Waterdeep, or are you meeting him halfway? Are we still trying to figure that out?
Yeah, it'll be, I imagine, here, I'll roll again. I won't actually say the whole messages. Okay, I have one. I'll probably say something along the lines of like, I only have one message. Come in the hallway, or do you want to meet halfway?
How many days does it take to get to
And then
Waterdeep
he'll
from
say, I
Rivington?
will not respond to this today.
You're about already like a third of the way up to Waterdeep at this point, Franklin.
Okay. Then I'll respond. I've already gotten cleared. I've already gotten cleared by Halvar to come all the way to Waterdeep. I might as well make the trip. I will see you in. Franklin forgot he only had 25 words, so. So all you get is I will see you in.
But probably a later day, I'll tell him to like respond. So great, and I'll tell him like where to go in the city to meet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So because I don't.
Haven't been to the tavern.
He wouldn't have seen the tavern at all.
Nope,
like,
didn't go to the tavern,
you've
but
been
he
in the
knows Waterdeep.
You've been in the city, but
Yep.
I'll tell you about the tavern.
But I'll tell you what.
Within that week, you also get your ring, which is now in your inventory.
Very nice.
It's gonna be 0.2 pounds, not 1 pound.
It's a heavy ring, 1 pound.
Freaking douche.
Good
But
lord.
that's in your inventory, and you don't need to attune to it, so you can just throw it on your hand and just use it. It's pretty cool. Hadron, later that week,
Handy.
you pick up your dragon scale mail. Just to give you an idea of the craftsmanship of what you're being presented with, It comes with a full helmet. Comes with kind of bracers and pauldrons. So this is what you get.
Holy sweet Mother Mary.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're like worth every penny.
Excessive.
It's pretty stylish. It'll look badass with your cloak and stuff. It'd be fucking sick.
What did my hair? Where will my hair go? I don't want helmet hair. Congratulations, Dimmick, you've inherited a hat.
Yay!
But give me one moment. I just gotta make some edits to that, so that way it reflects the black dragon that you dropped off. Right?
Green.
That was Green
Green,
Dragon.
yes. So I don't know. Just imagine this is green instead of black. Like a nice forest green, though. It's a deep forest green.
So it looks black unless you're in the light.
Oh, yeah, it's like that weird pearlescence from like Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Oh yeah. The only thing that I want to do in this time is leave 25 platinum pieces in an envelope in the tavern office with a note for Yolbland.
There's no D in his name, but all right.
Yeah, Yolbland. Did I say Yolbland?
You
Yeah.
say your
Oh,
plan.
that's weird.
That's his son.
I'll leave a note with the 25 platinum pieces, letting him know that in the envelope or satchel or whatever is the running cost and salaries for the next 2 months
Oh, okay. Easy enough.
for when we leave.
Dragon scale mail.
And I will
Oh,
take
so-
that out of my.
Sorry,
I'm just gonna take that out of my inventory.
Since we're at the inn, can I take some of the stuff out of my inventory to put in the chest I had purchased?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, excuse me.
Easy enough. Let me see how I can add the resistance to this armor. Give me 1 second. Mariners, does this have the resistance on it? No. That's weird.
You're weird.
Oh, a little bit.
But that's why we love
Starter
you.
armor. Just want to make sure it's set up right, so that way when see, this doesn't look like it's gonna work right because it's not coded in there. You have resistance to fire damage while wearing this armor. That doesn't really do anything. I want the property to have it.
No. You are not allowed.
It's so weird that it's not like coded in.
Oh.
Properties magic.
Another purchasing thing.
Yeah.
At the blacksmith, what level of armor stuff did you say that they have or that they could make? Like for just the normal armor stuff. Because I think I currently have chainmail. So if they have anything higher than or
Oh,
better,
dude. It's a full plate. Oh.
Let me just get this finished doing this for him really
Yeah.
quick. It's in your inventory now, Russell, or sorry, Hanaron, as Green Dragon Scale Mail.
Okay, there it is.
We are going to have to remember that if at any point in time you are coming into contact with, poison, that you have resistance to it.
Can you
Just take half damage.
on the main sheet of my character sheet for special defenses? Can you just put it there?
You can put it there. You can just
yeah,
type
you
it
can
in.
type in.
It won't let me. I don't have the ability to.
Owned.
Really?
There you go.
Can you write on the line above special boots?
Maybe. I don't want to talk about it.
Hmm.
'Cause I think it's just like the same writing thing. Because I have stuff all on the same line, but if I touch it out,
Russell accidentally just held down the space bar, so he just thinks he can't type in there.
And you're looking for something that's a little bit better armor, Bongo?
yeah, not
And
probably not like
chainmail?
magical stuff. Because I imagine they either don't have that or they have to like make it. I also don't even know how that would work. Yeah, I have chainmail at the moment.
Oh god, I don't know what there is that's higher than that. Let me. Oh, I'm gonna take a look right now though. Ta-da.
It would be something other heavy armor.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Let's see what we can get you. Ooh. And where are you going to inquire about this armor? The Steam and Steel or to Jethro's?
Um,
Because
I
that will
guess
change what's available.
I'll probably ask at Jethro's while I'm there.
They do bring out uh, Caspary kind of like Jethro hops down off the counter and like wanders over to like this kind of the section in the observatory where there's different armors that are hung in like glass cases, and there's one that's a bit more of like a. Let me see what color this is going to be.
Yeah,
Let me see
you know,
exactly.
Bongo's all about that fashion.
It's
Yeah,
it's kind of like a it's more of a silvery kind of colored armor.
Ooh.
It's not that it's a bit different. It's got a different hue to it than your traditional, um, like kind of like your regular old like steel plate armor,
Mhm.
or I think you have scale armor, or you have chainmail. This um, is it's a heavy armor. It's within the same category as like splint armor, but Casper kind of brings it out and uh, she's like, kind of looks at you, she's like, well, this here is adamantine splint armor. It does have a little bit of magic to it, but you definitely look plenty strong enough to wear it. Um, if you're comfortable with the chainmail, you'll be able to kind of put this on and not feel too much of a change. But adamantine is it's an ore, kind of like an alloy. It's one of the hardest substances in existence. So you'll find that if somebody, you may think that somebody gets a really good hit in on you in like a critical position, that you'll be able to shrug it off as if it was a regular hit.
What?
But this is going to run you about 1,000 gold pieces, and the armor class is going to be 17, which is quite a bit stronger than your chainmail, but also the ability to thwart heavy lumps of damage at one time is very useful.
Oh, yeah, that does sound quite handy. You said 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll take it as well.
All right. She kind of like opens up the glass case and kind of brings it up, and it's magic. So like, it looks kind of a bit too small for you, but when you start putting on like, when you get back to your room with it, when you start putting the pieces on, you can see it kind of forms to. And now that you're actually aware of your situation, you can see that the whole invisible thing that you're dealing with right now, or the lack of form, is like everywhere. And I assume you would have probably taken a moment to kind of check, anyways.
Yeah.
Except for your one hand that we talked about a couple weeks ago. But let me get this in
Yeah,
your
I
inventory.
imagine it's probably still like jarring to look at
right?
for me.
You just don't have a femur, so when you take your leg armor off, you just fall over.
Yeah,
Where the hell did this thing go? It's like ran off on me.
I don't know. My stuff doesn't go in alphabetical order. so
It's called Strange Splint Armor. There you go.
strange.
See, it can like the game and Fantasy Grounds will like if you guys haven't identified something, it'll give it like a random name, like it's a black book. But
Okay.
in your equipment, it sorts it alphabetically based on its true name. So like that said Strange Splint Armor.
Oh,
It was the first thing at the top. I was like, well, that's weird. What?
Also,
This-
I'm gonna have Hadron attune to the Dragon Scale Mill once he
Yes.
gets it and everything.
Easy enough.
That
You
way,
gotta-
if you looked at my sheet and saw I was already attuned to it, you knew I wasn't just
Yeah.
cheating and I
Oh.
wanted to open it, but I
You're
didn't.
good. I assume that would be top priority. And did you read up on other things it can do?
Some of it, yes.
So you get a bonus to 1, which also brings it to 14. So you have actually a really decent AC now.
You know what's weird? It's the exact same AC I had with the half plate. My AC
Where?
did not change at all.
is it 'cause one gives you dex?
So they're both technically dex, but
Wait,
each
what's the dragon skill?
It's
is
probably
14.
it's probably just something funky with the coding because I'm pretty sure Tim had
Well-
to make this.
The half plate armor he had originally was AC bonus 15, but the dragon scale's only got 14, but it's got a bonus of +1, so it kind of ends up even in the end.
Okay, dragon scale +1. All right.
Actually, I'm gonna buff that up 1. Give me a moment, because
You have to put the helmet on, Hadron. That's how you get the extra 1.
yeah, there you go. I think that's more fair. For the amount of money you shelled out for this,
Shh, haunted.
I was content with.
nope. This is you're
Do an
overruled.
An
Oh.
extra 3. Why?
Oh no, it's Amber
Right.
Heard's trial.
Ouch.
Oh, over objection hearsay.
Yeah.
My question is, what-
Did Tim, you made this armor? Oh yeah.
Oh, but yeah, so that's set up properly now. But yeah, that does some pretty cool stuff. So if you have a chance to look over it, it's pretty cool.
Oh, filthy.
And if you do use the ability on there, you do have a sense of something. Just to try to test it out to see how it works. If you know what I'm referring to, Hadron.
Excuse me.
Okay. So Dimmick,
Hello.
your Quince has been kind of just hanging out, vibing in his room. Next week in session, if we need to, we can kind of follow up anything that he did for the 2 weeks. But
Mhm.
for the most part, you guys know he kind of hung around the tavern and went about his business here and there. As you guys kind of didn't really have a need to kind of like go and do anything, you guys would catch up and talk about what you guys are kind of working on and dealing with and kind of showing off new armor bits and stuff.
Mhm.
I will say, for the sake of however you would like to play it, Hadron, you can wear the helmet for the armor, or you don't have to. It's up to you.
I don't feel like he'd really be a helmet kind of guy, so.
I didn't think so either.
What if you just wore it in combat?
Eh.
You can keep it in your bag in case there's a role play situation where you need to put a helmet on because you're gonna be riding a tricycle or something.
It has, like, doesn't it have like horns, so you could like stab someone with it. if
Oh
he wears it?
yeah, bonus piercing
Jesus
damage.
Christ. Freaking Bongo out here is such a sadist. Love it.
Has Franklin arrived yet?
I don't know, have you? I didn't know if there was anything
Alistair
else
would
you
get
want to
there
do.
first, right?
Yeah. Yes. Good call. Good call. Thank you. About 5 days pass since your message with Fauster and Selvira, and cook comes upstairs to the in the manor, and is there a part in the armor, Russell, where it talks about detecting dragons?
Yes, but I don't know. It just says of the type as the armor.
Oh yes. Hold on.
So it's gotta be a green dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I was like, I'm confused as to what you were getting at here. I thought maybe.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm derpy. Ignore me. Cook comes upstairs and knocks on the kind of the manor door, and kind of gets your attention. I think Bongo. I think you have the closest room to the doorway that goes upstairs.
Well, I think I'm on the third floor.
Yeah, he's on the same floor as Euroquin.
I think
Oh.
Dimmick is the closest.
Dimmick, you're the closest one. You hear a knock at the door. Sir, I believe there's some knocking at the door.
Oh, yep, I heard it, Charles. I heard it. I'll put my book away because I'm most
There
likely.
is a knocking at the door, Dimmick. You hear in your head.
Who was that?
Sir, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, Jesus, Charles, why you got to do this to me?
Got to keep it light.
All right. I'm gonna get up. I'm assuming that I have a small chair in my room that I use to read next to the window, so I'll get up. I'll still have my glasses like on the end of my nose, and I'll crack the door open and I'll be like, hello, yes.
Hello, sir. There are folks waiting to meet up with Bongo and Hadaron and Euroquin.
Oh, but not
Could you
me,
please
huh?
let them know that there are folks downstairs?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Cook. I will let them know right away.
Not a problem.
And I will exit the room and I will assemble the Revengers.
I saw that coming a while away.
Yeah.
Guys, there's some people down here to see you. They didn't want to see me, so whatever. I guess I'll just come to be included.
Sure, yeah, that's probably fine. Did they say who it was?
Nope, Cook just said it was just some people. But they're looking for you, Euroquin, and Hadaron specifically.
Alright.
You expecting anybody?
Eventually, I didn't know what day they would be coming, so that's probably them.
Oh, all right, well.
Or it could be. No, he's probably still a few days out. But different person.
Well, best not keep them waiting. Let's go.
All right.
You guys heading downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in the back of the group because I don't know who the hell it is.
So this is a bit of a setup. You guys head downstairs.
Oh, no. We've been bamboozled.
No. I'm just trying to like.
This is a
coordinate.
setup.
There's a lot that's going on right now. In
Yeah,
terms
there
of
is.
The folks who are in the tavern. You guys head downstairs, and kind of sitting at the bar, kind of back facing you guys is you see and Bongo, you are the first person to have a reaction to this. You see a red-skinned person with jet black hair facing away, sitting at the table, horns that peel back, and there's a tail that's behind them, just sitting at the bar, kind of hovering around in the same space. And you guys all kind of like see this as well. Is this how to describe it? It's some sort of creature. It looks like to be it's a winged creature. It has golden fur, and as it's kind of floating in place, it's got white eyes, and it's kind of flapping its like fur covered wings. It's probably about the size of I don't know, like a golden retriever, but it's an elephant. It's a small elephant with golden fur, and it's just kind of flying around in this space, kind of near this character that's sitting at the bar, and then sitting next to the lady at the bar is Fallister, who's kind of sitting kind of sideways at the bar with one arm kind of up on his elbow on the bar, kind of talking to Yolban and this character.
Are these the people you're looking for?
At least
Because that's
one of them,
that's definitely not normal.
right? Ballister.
Oh,
Hey.
Bago, hey, come on over here, man. Come on.
Hey, are these folks people you came up with,
Ah,
or just meet them here?
come on over here. I would love for you to meet. This is my teacher, the one who's well versed in the Nine Hells, and we've been doing a lot of research. This is Silvira, and you can kind of see his tiefling kind of turns around, gorgeous, like the red skin. It's not as like rough as, like, let's say Bingo. Her skin is very smooth and almost glows with like this not like a greasy sense to it, but it's like this perfect hue. There's not a blemish on her face, and this short kind of black hair, but these horns that kind of curl back on her head, and she's kind of got um, these like a longer collar on this kind of almost wealthy, kind of stylized looking tiefling. Like definitely someone who's learned and has some sort of money behind her. If this is Silvera, this is definitely the what you'd expect from somebody who studies and is probably a really well respected, you know, mage or scholar, I should say, is a proper term. And she kind of just cracks a smile. She's like, "Well, came all this way. Nice to meet you all, Silvera."
Good to meet you.
But she's got like an impeccable smile. Her teeth are like perfect. Everything about her is just, it's jarring a bit. Like this is like you guys been roaming around like Boulder's Gate and now Waterdeep, and it's like hit and miss with folks. But she's a dime piece, and but like I said, for you, Bongo, it's kind of unsettling just because it's like you have this association, especially with the yeah, it's just odd, just something to kind of keep in mind. But she doesn't seem threatening. She's really smile, kind of a bright look on her face, expression. She's like, "So, is there somewhere we can go talk? That's more private."
Yeah, we can head upstairs. Is this individual with you as well? I'll kind of gesture to the elephant floating
Oh,
over.
yes. There's we had to make a stop on the way up here. Uh, Traxagor is somebody that we know that had Lulu, the Hollyphant, who this is Lulu, and at the sound of her name, the little small elephant with golden fur just kind of has more of an energetic kind of wingspan, and just lets out this really, really pleasing trumpet sound, like, and is just kind of swoops down to you guys, kind of right next to Silvera, and just kind of lets out this smile.
We must protect Lulu at all costs.
Does anyone here speak Celestial?
I do.
Anyone else?
Believe I do.
Oh, you have the ring.
I also have the ring. Oh, I
and
speak
then,
it anyway. Yeah.
and then Hadron, is yours comprehend just written or is it spoken? Or you might know Celestial, huh? You're a learned man.
I don't natively speak it, and I believe it's just written. Give me a minute.
You're
I
fine.
can just read it.
Okay.
So, quick question out of character, so I can try to get my mind straight here. Falasir is the one we met in Baldur's Keep,
Baldur's Gate, yeah.
or
Baldur's
because-
Deep.
Baldur's Deep.
because
Deeper's
he was
Gape.
the one- He was the one with Rhea, who has the Crimson Dagger currently, wasn't he?
Correct.
Yeah.
Ray is not with them.
I
Mhm.
was sitting here trying to remember, like, we have so many names.
Dude,
and
it
my
is crazy.
Head is
It make you explode.
it's been a week again. Like, my head is
Yeah.
not with me, so I'm trying to piece
You're good.
together. Okay, carry on. Sorry.
You guys had rescued Falster from within the kind of the under dungeon of the fuck, what was her name? Van Thampor.
Van
Yeah, Van
Thampor.
Thampor.
Granny Van Thampor.
So-
Thickums. Granny Thickums.
For real though, fucking
She was
Andrew, mind my
absolutely
down here.
yoked.
But yeah, so this Falster seems to be much more healthy. Definitely had something to eat. His face is more fleshed out, but he is kind of the student or assistant scholar to Sevilla. And he kind of, after you guys had procured this puzzle box, was like, yo, you guys are trying to get the 9 hells and you get this puzzle box. Like, my teacher, or whatever you want to consider her, would, be a really good bet to kind of work out how to, either unlock the puzzle box, but also how to get to the 9 hells and kind of help you out. But yeah, so now you met Lulu, and you can't understand this Hadron, but you hear like the most pleasing, like kind of like almost like motherly matron type voice in Celestial kind of comes from Lulu, the Hollyphant. Oh yeah, I have a picture. Sorry.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
guys can see what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Must
she just kinda goes-
protect.
yeah. She's like, sorry that won't be much help right now, but a lot of my memories are kind of lost. But Severa said I might be some use within the 9 hells. But pleased to meet you.
Oh, in Celestial, I'll say it's good to meet you as well.
Also
Kinda
in
left out this
Celestial.
really happy.
Also in Celestial, I will echo Bongo, and I will also ask, do you have any experience in the 9 hells?
She kind of just responds back. She just kind of looks at you. She's like, well, it's complicated. Perhaps, like Silvera said, we should probably go somewhere a little bit more private.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, we can head upstairs. There won't be anyone to bother us up there.
While they're talking, so I know you said like what I'm hearing apparently coming out of Lulu. Like, was this really like sweet sound for how Celestial's spoken? Is it kind of like the same for Dimmick and Bongo, or is it like a little more gruff since they're men?
Just angry.
Well, they ask because I have something to do depending on your answer.
It's kind of like this strange. It doesn't have it has this like very gentle, almost slight echoey this bassier feel, but there's a very gentle voice of just something you can't comprehend, and it's not overwhelming. It's just it's a pleasant voice. You just have no idea what Lulu's saying.
Okay, never mind. Carry on.
She's like, "Hey, I'm Lulu."
Well, I knew you said it sounded like one way for one of them, so I was just curious, just like if just in general, Celestial across like any gender sounded like the same.
Oh, I know what you mean. No, it has different inflections, and even though you can't understand it, you can kind of hear the gentle intent of Lulu. You just have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay. So like there is like a different like pitch and everything to it coming from
Yeah.
Dimmick and Bongo. Okay.
Yeah, they have more of like that strange, more manly kind of sound.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if it was like a case of like some like fantasy movies like, oh, elves, no matter what gender they are, like their language is always like that generic. It sounds beautiful no matter what kind of thing. That's why I
Oh,
was curious.
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna lean over to Bongo and say like, real quiet. I'm gonna say like, it took me over a third of my lifetime to learn that shit.
I've known it as long as I can remember.
Euroquin just
Which
kind of like nudges.
yeah, I'm gonna elbow Bongo and say, "Which is very much."
Yeah, exactly.
Euroquin nudges you, Dimmick, and he's like, "Wow, you must get out much, huh?"
I've done a lot of research, a lot of studying.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Hannah's just in the back center, like just nodding, just yep. I don't know what's going on, but yep. Mm-hmm.
Even Euroquin's kind of in the same boat as you. He's just like, I got nothing.
We actually reply in trumpeting, so it's just me and Bongo making trumpet noises.
As they finish up talking, I'm gonna look at Fausta and be like, Fausta, where's Rhea?
She went back to the. She followed us and she stuck. Since she wanted to kind of spend some time in Rivington with some of the refugees, she said she'd probably be more helpful there. Um, but she did send this, and he holds out the dagger.
Seeing
Oh,
the dagger,
that's-
like the lump in my throat just kind of like disappears. I'll look down at the ground for a minute and just let out a small sigh before reaching out to take it. I'm like, who? I'm gonna look at Bongo. I'm gonna toss the blade up or toss it into the air. I'm gonna catch the tip of the blade. I'm just gonna hand it out to Bongo.
Okay.
That's very good. Here, I'll take it. I remember last time I grabbed it, I immediately teleported upstairs in a building. So I'm gonna before I grab it, I'm gonna be like focusing on like trying to like suppress that effect, like how I do it with my sword.
Um, you grab it and you have the sense of familiarity of. So this is part. You just have this like this understanding now that you've kind of come to this acceptance, and it's something you've been kind of like fighting with for a long time. And just having in your hand, you understand that this is part of you. It's a portion of where you had your ability to teleport or transport yourself and transport the party, and that's why this item has that ability. It's because you gave that essence of yourself to imbue it in this weapon.
I'll probably just hold it like almost like sentimentally almost and just I'll probably keep a hold of it and just be like, okay, yeah, here we can head upstairs. There will be pretty quiet and we can talk about whatever we need to.
And Lulu's just kind of like floating around in space, just kind of like really chippery and um, just really exciting.
I do a what's I do a divine set.
Okay.
You know if they are a celestial creature.
Easily enough, you kind of take a moment, and it does ping that Lulu's a small celestial being.
And I don't know how tieflings work. Is Silvera considered a fiend? Or is she
I don't believe tieflings are. Let me take a look.
probably still a humanoid? I imagine.
I believe they are slightly classified as a devil slash fiend.
Right. Well, I know like that's kind of like their ancestry kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it would, if anything, like would sense them. I think it would slightly trigger technically,
Mm.
given that it's part of their bloodline, quote unquote.
They are considered a humanoid
Okay. Yeah.
with the roots, but not something to the point where it would hit your radar. They would
Yeah.
still
At
kind
least
of
I'm knowing.
trigger.
Okay, she's not like a devil.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely not a fiend.
Yeah. That's just good to know.
Did you guys heading
Yeah.
upstairs?
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
want to bring up the rear, and as they're going up, I want to keep an eye out for Corhand because I don't want to see him just pounce and try eating Lulu.
Last thing you know, Corhan was sleeping on your bed upstairs. um, but you guys do head upstairs into the manor itself. Um, Severa kind of looks at you guys and it's like, is there like a library or somewhere we can kind of go where we can perhaps have a little bit more privacy? I would like to get my hands on that puzzle box. It seems like it's important for what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, pick a room. Sorry, I'm Dimmick, by the way.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah. I mean, just pick any room upstairs.
There is.
They're all pretty private.
I guess we do have a little library. At
Does it
least
have a
have a
big?
table in it.
Oh, good. Well, let's gather some chairs and just take a seat and have a good conversation.
Right?
Um, as you guys kind of get everything together and get some drinks and have them brought upstairs with a nice big pitcher of ale and stuff, and just try to make it comfortable, just have a nice kind of open conversation. Fallister just definitely dressed a lot better now and is kind of just along for the ride. And you can see that, not that he's like pining over Severa, you can see the respect he has for her and he's just always trying to be helpful and like open doors, pull out chairs and kind of gives Lulu a scritch on the chin every now and then as Lulu kind of floats around. um, Severo just kind of like takes a seat down and she goes, so um, there's a few things we should probably discuss. So I guess um, the first thing I would probably prefer is maybe the puzzle box, if you have it.
I guess before we open it, is it going to be something that maybe information is very sensitive? I'm gonna glance at Hadron, like make eye contact with him.
Is that a problem? Because I can just put a spell up quick.
Oh, that might be useful.
It's just
Go ahead, finish.
Oh, you're good. You go.
Hearing her even say that, I'm just gonna kind of like perk up a little bit more. I'm like, as much as I appreciate the thoughts of a spell, I'm gonna look at Bongo as he was asking her if it was important. I still would feel a little bit more comfortable if I wasn't in the room. So, you guys handle what business you have. I'll be up in my room. Just get up and nod.
Well, I'd prefer you to stay. I can make this room my private sanctum, and that would ward any kind of divination or any kind of observation. It's a pretty high level spell, so, and I much prefer you to be here. Pallister said many good things about you, and perhaps a wise one such as yourself would be very critical in this point.
At this point, like Hadron's like pretty much stood up behind his chair, like holding onto it still. His grip's just gonna like tighten on the chair, not so much like out of anger, but like just fear.
I promise it's fine. Just watch and learn. She kind of raises her hand up and kind of rotates it around as you see. Um, she kind of brings out like some small items out of her one bag, and um, there's a piece of this opaque glass that she puts down on the table and wraps it in a cloth, and then puts some powdered, what looks to be like some sort of crystal powder over top of it, and then kind of like you see she kind of outlines some arcane sigils in the air, and you see as this kind of pulse of dark energy kind of radiates outward from this piece of glass that's wrapped, and it kind of creates this massive bubble that kind of envelops the whole room. And as you guys kind of look around, you can see, um, uh, let's see, uh, there's now this barrier kind of that's in this room. It's there's like a wall that's been created. It's dark and it's foggy, um, and it's like black. You're like in this space. It's like a black box you're in, but you can see the table, you can see the floor, but in this kind of cubed space now, there's like this private area that's like completely warded. It's like this will be here for 24 hours, but if you wish for me to get rid of it, I can at any point.
I didn't think to ask this before. When Heteron was privately talking to Ornax, and Ornax cast the spell for them to talk, did Heteron feel like, I can't think of a word to describe it better than like other than like a disconnect kind of from Vecna for the time he was in there?
Make
that makes sense.
I would say make a wisdom check to see if you've noticed any change. There's this pain that you've kind of become accustomed to in like it's almost like that not a migraine level headache, but like a slight like irritation
Hmm.
that's been set behind your eye, and that seems to kind of dull a bit. Um, and then I need Bongo and Dimmick to kind of roll a perception check.
Oh, natural 20! Second one.
Ooh,
Nice.
natural 10. Half of that.
Boom, roasted. Dimmick, you notice, kind of like as you guys are kind of just like casually just watching her cast this spell. You see that the bright green glow in Heteron's eye is now gone. It's just this black iris.
Well, I'm no expert, but I think we're all right.
I'm gonna like look at him. I'm a little confused. How can you be so sure, Dimmick?
Let's say I have a hunch.
I was just like look at him a little quizzically before like slowly turning around to sit back down in his chair.
Okay. I believe Urquin has the box still because he was farting around with it for a while.
Yeah.
I think so because I know I definitely don't have it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. Was it like an actual item?
It's an actual item. Yeah, it's an item.
Okay, yeah. I don't have it, so I know Bateron's clear.
Urquin just kind of sets up the box on the table and kind of looks over at Severa and he's like, well, I guess do your thing. And Severa kind of looks at you guys. She's like, well, not to be, I'm pretty well learned with magic puzzle boxes. And Falster puzzles like, are you kidding me? She's an expert at puzzle boxes. She's made them in the past and she's sold them before. This thing doesn't stand a chance. And she's kind of like lets out a smile and kind of looks off to the side to Fallister. You notice as she kind of goes into her satchel again, and she's like, "It's a good thing you guys kind of described what we're dealing with here because it helps with how to get within it." You notice she brings out this small flask of like some sort of dark liquid. It almost looks like ink. And on this box, this puzzle box, it has like these kind of like engraved sections, almost like troughs that are maze-like that are engraved on the whole surface of this box. She pours a few drips on it as you see the black liquid kind of begins to speed and travel across this whole box, almost like it's traveling through a maze. Um, and she holds the box in her hand. She kind of rotates the box to make the liquid flow in specific directions, and kind of rotates it around. Um, she kind of rotates the other side to where it's almost 180 degrees, and the black kind of meets this end into this pattern of one of the sides of this box has like these horn inlays, and it click and breaks apart. And inside this box is a kind of like busts open is what looks to be like a long letter, almost like a legal header, but it's almost like a receipt, I guess. It's just a long ribbon, but this is like it's not parchment. It's 9 chain linked plates. They're about 3 inches on each side, and they're in like kind of cast in dark iron, and it's stamped with infernal runes all along it. Let's see.
I can
Dimmick
read
or
that.
Dimmick or Bongo? Do you guys speak? Well,
I
Bongo, you're
speak
good. So
in
Dimmick.
I speak
I
Infernal.
can,
Infernal? Boom.
Yep.
Good. You guys are all
I
good.
can read it anyway.
Yeah. So, this is kind of what you're seeing as this is like kind of coming out. Ignore the strange creature to the right side, but this is Salvira and the puzzle box being opened, and so what you're seeing is this ribbon that's floating with all these sigils kind of coming out. So you guys can, as it's like you're in this room now, in this pitch black room. There's still light there. You guys can see, but it's just like this nice, I don't know, gives you good protection from anything.
Right.
And it gives it this really strange ambiance and vibe too, because now there's this red skinned tiefling that's doing some infernal type thing with a devilish puzzle box. It's just it's on brand right now with you guys.
Checks out.
But you start to read through. It's like pages. These metal plates, these iron plates, are just pages of something, and you start to read it. And what it says is, "Be it known to all that I, Fabius Krieg, High Overseer of El Turel, have sworn to my master, Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep the agreements contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures, living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insudator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of El Turel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend El Turel are also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking El Turel and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. All this is my everlasting pledge." There you go. This is what you see.
Oh my.
So
Well, it looks like we know what happened to your missing city.
Just gave it
What?
away.
Well, it sounds like you made a deal.
Well,
Well, made a deal with his sworn master.
Zariel. Does that name ring a bell to me with my studies?
you can make a history check.
Making history check.
I make a history check just from
Shit.
my recent
Yeah.
time when I
Oh,
was
that's not
reading
bad.
through.
For sure, yeah.
I'd like to make one too in a minute. Is there a way like to actually like paste into a note?
No.
There is not.
You-
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can.
Damn it.
I might
See
be
what I
able
did?
to.
I wanted to copy that like into a personal note, but it won't
What?
let me.
Whoops.
You did something.
Well, yeah, don't
You
don't
did the
drag it.
you did the same thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
I might
Ooh,
be able
copy
to.
text
Oh,
to click.
right
You can
click.
right click.
Yeah, but once you like open like make a note and right click in there, there is no paste.
Let me see. Notes.
Here,
Notes.
I got you. I got you. Where are you?
He's got you. This is so funny.
That's probably what I'm gonna. I'll just have to keep it in Discord because I wanted to make a note of what that said. For
Well, no.
me
What
to
you
use.
can do, you can copy it down. You can copy it from Discord. When you make a note, don't right-click paste. Use the shortcut Control V to paste. That's what I've done with a bunch of notes.
Oh, you could just do that in Fantasy Grounds with stuff on the left.
Oh, can you?
Or
Oh,
do you-
sick.
Yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
even need to do that. So,
Sick.
probably should make that a thing on the our Discord just to let people know if they need to do that.
Gotcha.
Do
I
it
can do
that
that.
way.
I can do that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna make a history check too, just to see if I know who
Yeah.
we're talking about here.
For real. Uh, all of you guys, the DC was a bit too high on the knowledge for that. But
Bummer.
What about the Oh, where is it? The companion, or what was the other name? The solar incendiator.
yep. You guys don't even have to make a roll because I'm telling you right now, you have no idea what that is.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm not gonna, if you guys can't get like, I'm not gonna make you roll for something that you will never, you know what I mean?
It sounds
If I'm
pretty
gonna,
cool.
it is sounds badass. But as like you guys are kind of talking about this out loud now, and Yurquin's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Lulu kind of goes "Burr, burr, burr, burr," and kind of gets the idea that like not excited, but like definitely has something to say, and kind of looks to directly at you, Bongo, and she says, "I." Da, da, da. I was with the angel Zariel when she assembled her army of Hellriders to attack Avernus. Through the gate we went, tearing through devils like a song through air. Victory was within our grasp until some of the Hellriders betrayed us. They retreated through the gate and sealed it behind them. Before she was captured, Zariel told me to hide her sword so that it wouldn't fall into evil hands. Someone helped me hide the sword, but I can't remember who. Like I said, my memory's kind of shit. We found a place to hide it, but I don't even remember where that is. And when I escaped Avernus, I don't even remember how. My memory being gone, and I have no idea why. I'm sorry I can't be more use, but Zariel used to be an archangel. This doesn't make sense to me.
Archangel. They were going to destroy Avernus.
I don't know.
Do you know? Was this when they gathered before going? Did they gather in El Terrell?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Well, there is one thing. If I don't know, this whole puzzle box says really bad things about Zariel, but um, I remember Zariel being uh, very good, and we came to attack Avernus. I guess I'm just confused. I would very much so like to go with you guys to the Nine Hells because perhaps I could be some use.
Yeah, I think there's no opposition for that. Um, I'll look at Silvera and be like, you know anything about this or about Lulu?
Who are you asking?
Silvera.
Sylvira kind of just looks at you and she's like, well, I at one point was studying a portal to the Nine Hells, which was in the Field of the Dead. It's west of El Torel, or where it was at one point. Um, that's where I found Lulu, and I kind of befriended her. Um, Lulu stayed with me at Candlekeep for a while, but didn't really get along with my familiar Jezebel. So I thought that Lulu would be better companions with uh, Traxagor, um, and that's why we were at why she was at her Traxador's tower. So I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of questions, not many answers. But there's still much to discuss, and we have to really plan out how you guys are going to get to the Nine Hells and what needs to be done once you get there. So that's where we'll end tonight's session, and we'll pick up next week with more of this because I'm telling you, there's a whole lot to unpack here.
I'm looking forward to it.
Um,
Quick note for. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say that new characters and old characters kind of popping up from literally months ago. So
Oh, it's gonna be
Be a
so
good
much
time.
fun. Quick note for anybody that's watching, new or old, we have switched over to YouTube, so you'll find us here now at the Area of Effect AM YouTube channel. We have circulated the link on our socials, so you'll catch us here on YouTube now instead of Twitch. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us on socials, Twitter. Our handles are still the same. Our DM is still at Zero Tuna. I am still at Pattywagon, and you can always send a direct message to at AOE Pod. So, with all that being said, we will see you next time. Say bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh,